Hello and welcome, weary travelers, to episode 8 of Arcanarama. I am your dungeon master for the evening, Cameron Holt, YouTuber over at Fantasy Forge by day and DM by night here at Arcanarama. I'm joined, as always, by our fantastic Arcana crew. Say hello, Arcana crew.
Hello!
Oh, I didn't see you there.
Before we hop into tonight's stream, we have a few announcements to get to. First of which being a big thank you to our friends at Arknight, without whom the stream wouldn't be possible. Thank you once again, Arknight, for allowing us to create this fantastic show.
Wow.
Speaking of Arknight, we've got some giveaways this evening. 2 to be exact, and by 2 I mean technically 6. The first round of giveaways will go out to 5 lucky winners who will win this fantastic set of carts and carriages from Arknight.
Carts and carriages!
They are clear and plastic. This frosty part, yes, is a film that gets to come off. You got some lovely carts, lovely carriages. You can place your minis atop
and you get
drag
to
them
do
along.
a peel.
Yes, and there's all kinds. They're double-sided. It's beautiful. There's horses. There's carriages. You can separate them. You can leave them together. Or do whatever you want.
You can put the cart before the horse.
They blend perfectly with every terrain.
Yes. Yes, they do. So yeah, we will be giving away 5 sets of those to 5 lucky winners during the break, so stick around to find out how to enter, or read the chat if you have eyes. Our second giveaway...
Cameron. What about the people?
Well, yeah, that's true. Well, the other people are going to have to stick around till the break, I guess. Our second giveaway for the evening, taking place after the break, at the end of the stream, is this beautiful, full set of RPG dice. Handmade by me. They're Fantasy Forge dice. This is our DM set. The winner of these will be my dice twin.
My dice twin.
Blue and gold.
That unlocks special powers.
Blue and gold swirled together through copper flakes in a clear resin. They're beautiful and sharp and gorgeous, and I love them, and you should too.
They're very pretty.
He uses them to hurt us.
Sometimes. We'll be giving away that one set of those during the second half of the show, so stick around to figure out how to win those as well. Our final sponsor for the evening is Carbach Brewery. Once again, bringing us lovely beverages to keep us over 21-year-olds hydrated, which is all of us, as we drink responsibly and for your viewing pleasure.
Thanks, Carbach. Cheers.
Yeah, rip it.
Carbach. It's not in a bottle.
Take it by the pool.
You actually can take it to the beach.
Yeah, you can take it to the beach.
It says here on the copy, come up with your own slogan.
You did it.
I did.
Big thank you once again to Carbach Breweries for always keeping us hydrated during our streams.
Responsibly, because we're over the age of 21.
Mm-hmm.
Exactly.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Unless there's anything that I'm forgetting, I think it's time to begin our descent into tonight's episode of Arcanarama. Previously on Arcanarama. After a deadly explosion outside the Feastin' Fountain, our heroes investigated and interviewed witnesses in Trollskull Alley. They gathered that the fireball was caused by a magical item wielded by a living mannequin called a Nimblewright, and that the target was a gnome being tailed by the Silver Stake. The City Watch arrived shortly thereafter, with Detective Felsper Etchplane taking statements from the party, accompanied by Barnabas Blastwind, a black cloak of the Watchful Order of Magists and Protectors. Detective Etchplane quietly informed the party that for the price of 25 dragons, they could have a private interview with the bodies via a Speak with Dead spell performed by a Harper cleric. After being questioned, Silas and Olma had an emotional reunion with Genevieve, the mother of Olma and wife of Silas, at the Temple of Ilmater. While the Brambles were in the Sea Ward, Cholula and Ollie had a chance encounter with me, Renaer Neverember. I informed them that the dead gnome was in possession of the Stone of Galore, and that he intended to pay the party to safely deliver it to my father in Goldrun, across the Glimic Sea. That's when the explosion killed him in the street. During the interviews with the dead from the fireball, the party learned that the man who fled the scene of the explosion with the Stone of Galore was named Erstal, and that the Silver Stake wants the stone to fund a war on devils, fiends, and fae. Once the stake captured Dalakar, they were to take him to Lady Yola Grolhan's estate. Cholula recalled the information she learned from Castellanta's journal, mentioning a mausoleum and the initials YG. The party decided to investigate the City of the Dead, Waterdeep's cemetery park. After sneaking in and narrowly avoiding detection, Silas heard a suspicious gargling noise coming from a mausoleum labeled Castellanta. 3 bodies were found inside, 2 freshly dead men, and a woman just barely clinging to life. Ollie healed the woman, who revealed that she was sent to collect an artifact for Lord Victorio Castellanta, when 2 of her companions turned on the group and took the stone for themselves. She promised to lead the party to the attacker's apartment in the Southern Ward in exchange for protection. What dangers await our heroes in the old converted windmill? How is Lord Castellanta connected to the murderers that took the stone? What have I found in my own investigations? Will Olma put more ghosts into her friends and family? Find out in tonight's episode of Arcanarama.
My pencil. Ah, where's mine? There it is.
Everybody got your pencils?
We've got our pencils. 4-hour pop quiz.
Question number 1.
Where are you going?
D&D?
So,
How do you win it?
you're all being led down the street. Yeah. Where have you been?
We came back with the "Where's my pencil?" That's why I did the look around, because I was like, "Oh, yeah, we did it."
All right, we gotta start doing a show at some point.
Oh, lead, I get it.
As you're all following Vael Lerval down the street towards the Southern Ward, she's taking you to where Arn and Sophia are known to live, an old converted windmill. As you walk down the streets, seeing the regular hustle and bustle, it is getting pretty late in the evening. It's around 10 bells, post-sun. Cholula, you feel a little flutter at your hand as a little paper bird flies into
Did you make
I learned how to fold fucking paper cranes for this shit.
Nice. Do I just grab it?
It's the most aggressive sentence about paper cranes.
So if you flip the wings flat and then unfold the neck and the butt, that might make it a good starting point. So fold the wings up.
Okay.
It's just like a real
top
bird.
Nice.
And Kitty's learning how to
Would you like me to
unfold
open it for
fucking
you?
paper
No, I can
cranes.
do this. You guys go ahead.
No, this is all canon. This is Cholula.
You'd think they'd magically unfurl themselves.
Right.
Ronald
Weasley.
How dare you steal that? Listen, it doesn't feel right if you don't do the...
I'm almost there, guys.
You'll notice Cholula's still fiddling with
When
the
did you even
paper
do
bird.
this? I lived with you.
You were gone.
Sorry, you're just
That's not
you're just
ominous
taking
at all.
extremely long amount of time.
I have alone time sometimes.
Bird's gestation.
See, this is where I would have faltered the reading.
Oh, you can't read? We play a game that has a lot of reading.
I know.
Okay.
It's very difficult.
It's from Renea.
Oh, right, he
Ursula
was looking into something.
Floxen seen entering Growlin Villa shortly after the fireball incident. 2 watch constables spoke to Lord Growlin, assured them no one broke in, everything is fine, no grounds for warrant. Alarm rang out the villa soon after. Investigating with Detective Etchplane will rendezvous at Feast and Fountain on the morrow. Renea.
Right. I mean, I trust that's what it says.
So, do they have any
Sorry,
news?
I'm still kind of tied up with the Castellanta thing, but this seems like small potatoes at this point.
Well, it seems like whoever got it from Castellanta's people is being held in safety by the Growlins at their villa.
It's just this way, just a bit further.
Right. We'll deal with that later.
Vial leads you to a more rundown portion of the southern ward. You can see that some buildings are in such a state of disrepair that they're physically leaning on the buildings next to them, just kind of crooked on their foundations. And you come upon a 2-story tall, decrepit windmill. Flaps of rotten canvas hang loosely from unmoving fans of the long, out-of-use mill. Vial looks around and nervously opens the door for all of you. They live in here on the 2nd floor, right at the top of the stairs. I'll follow close after.
I'll take up the rear.
Right, yes. You'll be
Of course.
second to last.
Of course.
Got any preferences?
I mean, I could do the front. I've got a disarming facial hair situation.
Front. I
Sure.
can sort of chill in the middle, in case anyone needs the...
Middle is probably a good
Yeah.
spot for you.
Yeah, and it's not like you don't have to be single file or anything.
Okay.
So Cholula's and Silas, and then Ollie and Vial with Alma bringing up the back.
Cool.
Wonderful. Stepping inside, immediately across from you, when you step in, you see old, kind of craggly walls where you can see bits of plaster that have fallen away, and reveal stone beneath. Cracks and mold kind of scatter along the walls. You see a couple of doors, and on your left, a wooden staircase that kind of curves up and around.
Let's try to quietly make our way up the staircase, or are we barging?
We could try quietly.
Okay.
Alright, everybody make a stealth check.
Get
26.
that thing from Rob.
Nice.
19.
I'll tell you once I open D&D Beyond. I'm a real person. That is a 14.
19 from Alma.
Mm-hmm.
And Ollie.
8.
Okay. Alright. Walking up the steps, you come to a long corridor at the end of which, not incredibly long, but a longer corridor. There are doors on your left and your right, as well as one at the end of the hall. Vial kind of points up from the back. That's their room there, at the end.
Do you want us to?
I would appreciate revenge. They killed my love.
Cholula winks at her and heads towards the door.
She's uncomfortable.
Okay.
Cholula, as you approach the door, you see that there is a shiny new lock hanging on this kind of old busted wooden door. It's very out of place here.
Mm-hmm.
And you just hear muffled voices on the other side.
Should I try to pick the lock, or do you want to knock on the door?
Do you...
Stage whispers.
Yeah.
You don't want me to knock on the door? I'll pick the lock.
Will picking the lock make a sound? Can't hurt to try. We can cover you.
It's a normal lock, yes? Nothing magical going on here.
Does this lock look magical?
You can make an investigation check if you'd like to push to the front, Alma.
Yeah, I mean, that lady's probably gonna sit outside anyway, so I'll just go past her.
Ooh.
21?
21.
Yes.
You can tell with certainty that this lock is not enchanted or trapped in any way. It appears to be a normal lock, albeit kind of on the higher end. Looks to be of dwarven make.
Okay.
So, very fancy lock.
It's not magical or trapped, so
Okay.
just complicated.
So
I'm gonna try to pick it.
what's the plan once we break in? Like, who's running to what corner? Who's saying the cool thing?
Is that a requirement?
It seems like kind of our MO.
I mean, I think we need to at least keep one around to figure out what the hell happened, right?
Yes.
Yeah. Sure. Yeah, we'll just make it up as we go.
I mean, is there a particular one that we should keep safe? Or are we just whichever one is left?
Vile, is there a leader of these two? One higher ranking than the other?
Not to my knowledge. I would say On seems to be the more...
What was that name?
On.
On
It's
and
ARN.
Sophia.
On and Sophia.
Arn. I thought you said arm.
No. On seems to be the more outgoing of the two. More talkative. Sophia keeps to herself.
Okay.
Right. Burst in, scream the name Arn, and then attack the others.
I mean, we could also just have
I could just.
somebody knock and walk in while everybody hangs out to the back.
Fine, yes, sure.
I could open
She
it.
just winked
I could.
at the word revenge.
Okay. I could unlock the door, and then you could just calmly walk in.
That's true.
And
Yeah.
then if
That's an
they attack, then
Sure, yes.
If they draw
yes.
first blood.
Let's do that.
Okay.
I think I'm probably faster than that.
I'm gonna hang out kind of on the wall that the door is on.
Okay,
Like,
kind of
instead of-
sidled up next to it.
Yeah.
Do I still feel like there's a ghost in me?
Yeah,
Yeah, it lasts
Just-
like an hour.
then for sure.
Okay, cool.
what
There's
kind
a
of
ghost
check
in
do I
here.
do for picking a lock?
Picking a lock is going to be a dexterity check with your proficiency because of Thieves' Tools.
Okay.
Can I prepare an action? My plan is to
26.
walk in, and
26.
if things go awry, I'm going to go for the closest person. Like, just get chest to chest with them.
Absolutely. Cholula, could I also have you make a perception check as you're quietly picking this lock? Which, it's a dwarven make, it's complicated, but you've picked harder locks than this before.
8.
8? Okay. Yeah, you just continue to hear the muffled sounds, kind of like a weird clicking noise coming from inside.
Is this lock attached to the door, or is it like
No,
one
it's like
that
a padlock.
I'm gonna collect it if I
Yeah.
open it successfully?
Absolutely. You can add a dwarven lock to your inventory
Gorgeous.
as Cholula quietly takes the lock off and looks back at the rest of you.
And I'm gonna hang back so you guys can go in. I'm gonna stay
I'll follow
hidden.
right in behind you.
Cool. Right. Then I'll just push the door open.
Quietly, or...
I'll just push it open like I'm walking in like I live here.
Yeah, you just... The door opens up. Your eyes immediately lock onto the window of the apartment across from you, where a man, presumably this Arn that you've heard about... Jesus.
Got him!
He stands there, having just handed off a small stone, and you see hovering outside of the window the recipients. A horrifying visage. 3 small winged creatures with dark violet skin and faces that resemble those of vile deep-sea creatures, just full of teeth that stretch almost all the way around the head. Needle-like spines bristle the arms and shoulders and bodies of the creatures that let out a horrid "Nyah!" before darting out the window and flying away. Arn turns to face you, standing in the doorway, and yells, "Sophia! No one leaves!" You notice the woman now, stepping out of the doorway behind you in the hall.
Oh no.
Everyone, please roll initiatives.
Okay.
Uh-oh.
I'm gonna steal this one more time.
Oh no, did we all do a bad job? Or
That's
did
why
you do a really,
I thought it'd be
really good
fun
job?
to roll a new dice because I only rolled this one. Joy. Joy. What did you get? Plus 28 on your...
I did get a 28 actually.
If you're
What?
vertical, would you like to do me a favor?
What do you need?
Can you get this thing out of my backpack?
Yeah.
We're friends.
We can just
Streaming
share.
like demons right now.
I'm not saying that I don't like yours, but I've rolled on it twice and it gave me bad things.
Okay, so now the bad luck is contained to the dice tray that I only just got, and not just
There you are.
who we are as
God.
people.
So I feel mean, but
We've played like 60 sessions plus 70 sessions together.
I don't know if it's the bad jinx or just it's not my dice at home. You know? Like, listen, if you sleep over at someone else's house, no matter how kind they are, it's not your
It's
bed.
not your house.
Great question. So you guys currently...
I could probably remove this for clarification.
That room looks scary.
So we've got Alma sidled up next to the door. We've got Silas, who just walked in like he owns the place. There.
And I was right behind him.
Alma right behind Silas. And so you're next to Alma. And Chula
Is
in the
that
back.
is that on a lazy Susan?
Uh-huh.
It is.
Nice. What's all that white stuff?
It's
That's
you'll
what
have to
I
check it out and
said.
see.
I take back that I own this. Like I walked in like I own this place. I would never want to own this place.
I deserve better.
Alright.
I'm noble.
Oh, also.
Oh, what we got?
Well, so that Vielle is with you guys as well. I'm just gonna use.
There's one below that dragon there, little Renair guy.
Yeah, I'm gonna use Floon.
Hey,
More
Flynn.
accurate. She doesn't have a weapon.
Oh, right, I forgot you ripped it off of that mini for Floon.
Okay.
It's time to fight.
It's time to fight.
This is dope.
Thank you.
I'm so
I
scared.
remembered yesterday that there might be a battle sequence today, so I built this in a day.
Hey.
Oh.
That looks awesome.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Gentle flex.
Yeah, you've got like
Oh, you got the little like symbol thing on there.
Cameron is capable of some wild shit.
those little
I feel DM
boards on
spoiled.
the wall.
You know?
Oh,
Like,
we absolutely are.
Yeah, it's like baseballs.
I'm so anxious.
Same.
And like Taylor will do crazy things. Ugh. How will I ever live?
I provide my players with nothing. idea.
All right, anybody 25 to 20?
28.
Nice.
Yeah. What is that? A plus 14?
Yeah.
Yep.
Yep, Cholula is alert. 20 to 15. Nice. 15 to 10.
14. I burst in the door and forgot what I came in here for.
Step into the room, you're like, what was I doing? Oh, what is that?
This isn't my house.
It's not my beautiful wife.
10 to 5.
9.
6!
Nice.
Listen, if you watch our Convo-rama, you know intelligence.
Dump step.
Which, by the way, tomorrow we've got our Convarama coming at you at 7 p.m. Central Standard
So
Time.
what's
You
coming
can
at us
talk
right
to
now?
us.
Right now.
Pain!
First up, Cholula.
Okay, so
I hope so.
I'm at the door.
Yes,
I
you
just
are.
opened it.
No, Silas just opened the door. You're standing in the hallway. You just saw a woman walk out of the doorway behind you.
Yeah.
Here she is.
I'm trying to, for camera.
Oh, right, yeah.
So Cholula, you're here. This lady just walked out behind you whenever Arn called out for Sophia.
See that?
Oh, but she's like, she's right behind me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Such a smart
Okay.
idea.
I'm gonna give her a stab. I'm gonna give her a stab. I'm gonna use my roasting stick.
Hell yeah. You pull out your roasting stick and you go for a skewer. Go ahead and roll an attack.
20.
20 hits. Go ahead and roll damage and add your sneak attack because Vielle is standing in her range as well.
Uh-oh.
Okay. So I add another d6, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, D6 and a D8, I think, for a rapier.
Oof. Oh yeah, you're right. You're right.
You ready?
Mm-hmm. I haven't fought in so long.
Yeah, it's been a couple episodes.
Yeah.
We've leveled up since then.
We need to start rolling initiative for conversations just to spice it up a little.
That's
Just
gonna
so
be
we remember how to do it.
12 points of damage.
Damn.
Nice.
64 points of damage.
That's all right with me.
My mom
Yeah.
watches that every day.
Yeah, she takes it to the side and just like snarls and looks up at you as you pull it back out from her. She's still standing. Do you want to move or do anything like that on your turn?
I think I'm gonna try to take this lady so they can all go towards whatever's happening with the stone.
Hell yeah. All right. Flip around. Hold your ground. That's going to be the fanatics. I'm going to go for Vielle first. I'm including her into their business because they all have the same stat blocks.
Okay.
She doesn't have a weapon, so she's going to make 2 unarmed strikes on Sophia.
Does she know how to can I ask her if she knows how to use one?
On your turn, yeah, if you want to.
Okay. Yeah.
I know how to use a blade.
Okay, I'm gonna toss her my chef's knife.
Okay, yeah. She catches it, and she's going to make 2 dagger attacks. First of which, she rolls a 24, which is going to hit.
Oh, nice.
Let's see if the second one hits too. 13 just hits. Another 10 points of damage. And this lady takes 2 like prison shank shivs to the stomach from a kitchen knife, and is starting to look pretty rough. But on her turn, she looks at Vielle and she says, "You're supposed to be dead." And she reaches out and grabs Vielle by the throat, and she's going to cast Inflict Wounds. She's going to make a spell attack. Yeah, that hits with a 21. Oh, that's rough.
I think Lazy Susan is offensive.
We have an active Susan too.
We
Right.
do.
It's motorized.
So it's just Susans in general.
These are Susans.
These are just Susans.
She reaches out and grabs Vielle by the neck, and as she does, you can see like the skin. There's no fire or light. It's like the skin just begins to burn around the
Oh
hand.
no.
As she inflicts wounds on Vielle, who is barely standing up at this point. She like falls back against the wall and steadies herself, still clutching that kitchen knife. That's gonna be her turn. Arn is going to take a step forward towards you, Silas. And I need you to make a wisdom saving throw.
Yikes.
Oh.
Oh
Actually,
boy.
He doesn't step towards you. He
That's
just turns.
22.
22
I
saves.
teetered on a 1 there for a second.
You feel your muscles and veins start to tense, but you flex those gorgeous forearms and shrug it off and are not affected. He like looks at you and waves a hand and begins chanting and sees that nothing's happening, and he just goes, "Fuck." And then he stands in front of the window where those little critters just flew off from, and that's going to be his turn. That's going to be...
Did he back up to the window?
He didn't move. He didn't have to... He was going to do something else, but...
Oh, I see.
Yeah, he just stayed put, started
Standards.
chanting, and then
Well.
nothing happened, and he said shit and blocked the window. That's going to be Silas's turn.
Cool. Very, very cool. Cool. Awesome. Windows.
Wow.
Wow, window. Nice.
Okay.
Is that to a soul or something? I'm...
Oh? What are you up to?
What are you?
I'm, admittedly slightly unprepared, but I'm excited. So, just bear with me for a second.
Oh, right, because you just got your subclass,
A
right?
lot happens at level 3.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't have a chance to do that yet. Cool. I'm going to not really step forward, but just kind of plant my right foot and extend my right arm. And from that, you see kind of like a more ghostly version of myself kind of extend from that. And I'll just leave it to perception checks, but essentially like a younger clone of me extends out of my body to strike him directly in his chest and hopefully towards a window.
Are you trying to push or attack?
It's an attack. But
Okay.
We'll see.
We'll see if you crit.
Yeah. It's an 18.
18 hits. Go ahead and roll damage. As this strange spectral form, slightly smaller than you, stretches out from you and strikes in the chest.
Yes. It's 7 points of damage.
All right. Wonderful. Anything else you want to do on your turn? That didn't cost you any movement, right? Because you got that extra reach.
Yeah, actually, I'll just step forward and do a flurry of blows. Why not? Sure. Let's have some fun.
Go ahead and mark off those key points.
Oh, why not?
I can't see anything. Is he
Where
there?
are you trying to get him?
Hang on, I can do this.
You made it. Oh, wow.
You put it on a Susan.
It's 22.
22 hits.
Yeah.
You get 2 of those. If you want to go ahead and roll both attacks.
Oh, yeah, okay. That was 23.
Hell yeah. Go ahead and roll
What on
damage.
earth?
I don't know. I don't pre-roll dice anymore. I just gotta pick up the one. Can you do something today, please?
You said please.
I'll sick Miranda on you. Okay, that's
Get him.
12 all put.
Go
12?
to dice jail.
Not bad.
I'm so sorry. Were you
Prison.
just accusing your dice of not
Dice
doing enough
prison.
and then 12 points of damage in a hit?
Do you want to describe, 12 plus the 7 that he did before that,
Yeah.
too. Do you want to describe what this looks like?
Oh, I want him out the window.
Not quite. If you want him out the window, you can use a shove attack and push him out the window next time.
No, just kind of his upper body just kind of flailing out the window, just kind of.
Yeah,
just
he's definitely like
rapid
against it.
punching
He's
him.
like he's like gripping himself to stay inside as you're just pummeling his center of mass.
Yeah.
Oh, is he still up?
Yeah.
Okay, I thought you were saying he was...
Yeah, that question seemed like he's
That's why I was like, he can't go out the window?
I just wanted to know if you wanted to describe martial arts, if you wanted me to describe martial arts.
I don't know if it's martial as much as I'm leaning on the tavern thing
Just
we talked about. Yeah,
just to the ribs.
Like a
fast
boxer?
punching. Yeah.
Hell yeah.
Look at this facial hair.
But also
Yeah.
it goes.
Like I was thinking,
That kind of like
Robert Downey Jr. Yeah, and
that kind of fucking like Agent Smith look as like the ghost just trails behind you.
Yeah.
Hell yeah. Ollie.
hi.
Hello. You're standing in the hall. You see
Yes.
Silas pummeling a guy at a window. You also see a woman standing behind you.
I would like to do just a little inflict wounds of myself
Hell yeah.
to lady behind me.
Yes, this is Ollie. She's gonna rush over.
Can we put all of our sets on a lazy season?
Right?
Yeah.
I think I might. This is kind of a test because I've been working on a bigger project that it's like a house,
Mm-hmm.
and I'm messing around with like all the rooms being
Susan mechanics.
exterior walls and then not putting on exterior walls so we can just spin it around.
Yeah.
But we'll see how it goes.
That's my favorite magazine.
Susan Mechanics.
Let us know in the chat if you like it, and I'll find out when I watch this later and can look at the chat.
Ooh, that's a 15 hit.
15 hits.
Cool beans.
Yo.
Oof. That's 3d10, I believe.
4d10.
Holy.
4? Did I read that wrong?
At second
you
level.
did it at second level, right? Yeah. Hell yeah, go for it.
My inflict wounds is stronger than theirs.
Jesus.
If they were smart, it wouldn't be.
Why was I the first one through the door?
I don't know. You seem the most confident.
I mean, I'm inflicting wounds, but
Yep. We're exiting glass territory and getting more into the canon section.
Oh my.
I can only see one of those from here, but it already looks painful.
It's gonna hurt. Hang on.
all right, math.
Intelligence, dumb stat, is 27.
27. Would you like to describe
13, 20.
what?
It's 21.
21?
Oh, I thought that was a 7. Okay,
Either
that
way.
looked like a 7.
Yeah.
Either way, she had 11 hit
21.
points left. How does Ollie's inflict wounds look? Like, what does hers
Okay,
display itself as?
it's sort of like a gold lightning underneath the skin. It just sort of like ripples through. We can say that I just sort of like touched forehead, and it just sort of like.
Yeah. So yeah, Ollie just like gently places a glowing thumb on the forehead of this woman who's like wild and like looks like a cornered animal, and as the thumb touches, her eyes go white and then pop as she just like
Nice.
I thought you were just gonna take her bending away.
Listen, I don't agree with that decision. Aang was cute, but
But violence is the only answer.
Hell yeah. Anything else you want to do on your turn? That was like 10 feet of movement.
yeah. Can I get back up towards the door? That way, I'm close. If
Yeah, if you would like, you've got enough movement that you can. Oh, sorry, Cholula. You can get fully into that room with Arn and Silas if you want.
Yeah.
'Cause you and Silas can technically take up the same space.
cool, yeah, I'll get like
Hell yeah. So
within that melee range.
Ollie rushes in and joins with Silas in that room, which is going to bring us to Alma. You find yourself standing in the hallway. You watch a woman explode from the inside of her head,
That happens.
and you hear grunting and meat slab punching sounds coming from the room next to you.
That's how it will always be described.
It sounds a lot like meat slab in there.
Let's go into the list.
Okay, there's. If I look into that room, everything is pretty close quarters in this bitch, right?
Yeah.
Okay. I would like to invoke my second level spell. You know the one.
Okay, so you also rush into the
I'll
room.
pop into that room, yeah.
You can't say you know the one. We're doing a show.
He's gonna describe it though.
He's
I can't
gonna-
describe
We've
it for
talked about
us.
this.
Okay, okay, that one.
Alma rushes into this crowded room, kind of pushes past Silas and Ollie, and as she's pushing past Silas, she reaches down and from your shadow, she reaches almost into the floor, and as her hand rises back out, it's holding a blade made from the shadow. If you would like to make your attack roll.
I would. Are we in dim or dark light right now?
It is dim light, yeah.
I get advantage on this.
Hell yeah.
Oh my god.
I love shadows.
Oh my god.
Ah! Okay. It's my spell attack modifier.
Mhm.
23 to hit.
23 hits.
Woo! Okay. And that's 2d8 of psychic damage. I don't know if it matters.
Good to know.
7 points.
7. So yeah, as Silas is just wailing on this dude's ribs, Alma, you come in and scoop this blade up from his shadow and just slice across the stomach. And he is still standing and taking it, but it's starting to look very rough and like he's not having a very good time.
Am I able to see, are those little guys still out the window?
Make a perception check.
11.
11. You can see that the devils are nearby, these little creatures, and they seem to be sticking close to the rooftops. You would guess to maybe avoid detection from any Griffin cavalry riders that might be circling the city overhead. So if they're staying pretty low, and with an 11, you can see a path across the rooftops that you may be able to follow behind them.
Okay.
That's Alma's turn. That's going to be back at the top of the round. Cholula.
I'm going to. That's a pretty crowded room, so I'm going to attempt to shoot an arrow at that guy.
The things that work in D&D, but logically in real life. A lot of my friends are in that room.
She just-
I'm going to shoot an arrow through there.
When I let them know to duck, she just kind of clears her throat.
Yeah, for sure. Go ahead and.
If you guys
make
are
an
done
attack roll.
playing,
I'm just gonna roll a nat 1 real
Yeah,
quick.
just don't do that.
I don't even care what the number is. It wasn't a 1.
oh, but don't you get a special thing if we're hanging out around this guy? Didn't you just get a new?
Does that work for range?
As a swashbuckler, I think it's only
melee.
attacks.
Sorry.
Yeah.
It's a good question though.
Thank you for reminding me, because that would have been that she did have advantage earlier on her melee attack.
Oh.
16.
16 hits.
Nice.
Go ahead and roll damage, and you do get your sneak attack because you have several. Your entire party is threatening this guy now.
Essentially, I'm gonna put him in a locker on my turn.
As he's taking his beating, he's just like, no one knows.
You've really got to commend the man.
11 points of damage.
Wow.
11.
Yes.
Would you like to describe what it looks like?
There it is. Always with Cholula.
Gotta
How
tiptoe
does it
around the
look?
copyrighted phrases these
Yeah.
days.
I think,
How do you put the bloody icing on this cake?
That's a good one.
Yeah.
no, I think she
Use the lazy
just,
Susan.
she does like a little throat clear, like a small sound to let everyone in the party know.
Yeah, you all like stop for a second and like part to look back at Cholula, and just as you part, ways.
She's just standing in the doorway and just like right into his little like throat hole area.
Yeah, and as you do, it just
His dick
the,
camotage.
the throat, the arrow goes through the throat, and he kind of makes this face as you hear a. As the rest of you see, the arrow comes out the back and
Gross.
just cracks the glass of the window, which he then falls backwards out of.
Yes. Okay.
It's what you've always wanted.
And then I'm
Yeah,
going
we
to
don't
run
have a
towards
window.
the window and look out.
Yeah, perception check.
Are we still in combat?
That was a dirty 20.
Dirty 20. So yeah, you see those strange little creatures that I think only Silas and Alma have seen at this point. And you see, just as you look out, one of them kind of turns back and looks with this like big, nasty, gnarled, toothy grin, and it looks and it's holding this little kind of ovular, smooth stone in its hand, and it just looks back and lets out a little, and then keeps flying. And just like Alma, you see, if you were to go out the window, you could probably follow a path along these rooftops behind them. They're
Yeah, I was
staying
going to
pretty low.
say when it does its little like toothy snarl at her, I'm going to bonus action shift
Yeah.
and growl back at it and then go out the window.
So yeah.
Oh my god.
Cholula leaps out the window. What are the rest of you doing?
Shit.
Follow.
Yeah. Out that window.
All right, hell yeah.
Are those athletics
You all leap out.
checks?
The next rooftop is actually lower than the second story that you're on currently. So you jump down, and here we're actually going to shift from. Here we're actually going to shift from combat to a chase.
Ooh, how's that
And
work?
So there are some special rules for chases.
Susan Mechanics.
Susan mechanics.
So the way that chases work, to keep things fair, there is no bonus action. There is action and movement during a chase.
Okay.
You can use your action to dash to keep things going quickly if you would like, or you can try and use an action to stop the creatures in front of you if you think that it's worth it. Just know that there is a risk that they may start getting away if you're not dashing after them. So yeah, no bonus actions, action, movement, and we're just going to go in a circle around the table to keep things easy. We'll
think-
start with Cholula.
I think by order it would be, like, I was close to the window, so this, that would be like.
Yeah, I was going to start with Cholula just because she's the one who hopped out
Exactly,
first.
yeah.
So yeah, we'll just go around this way. So Cholula, at the start of your turn, I need you to roll a d20, please.
Okay. That's an 18.
18. All right. You easily catch yourself on the rooftop. You can see these little creatures flying through the air, staying close to the roofs, And as you run and leap from roof to roof, you're keeping up pace behind them. Alma, you leap out the window next.
Yeah. How far are these guys?
They're about 100 feet away from you at this point.
Okay.
Can I have you roll a d20, please?
Yes. 2.
2. As you're running behind Cholula, you come to a rooftop that's about 10 feet higher than the one that you're on. I need you to make an athletics check.
Bye, guys.
It's just an alleyway.
There's no like alley between them. It's just this roof is 10 feet above. They're sidled. This is actually one of the buildings that you saw leaning on the other.
11.
11? 11 is enough. So
Okay.
You actually don't lose any movement as you leap up and start making your way, continuing to follow behind Cholula. Would you like to use your action to do something?
With all of that movement, have I caught up to those little fucks?
No.
Okay. Then, yeah, can I use my action to dash?
Absolutely.
I don't know.
60. So both of you, what is your movement speed when you're shifted?
It's 40.
40. So you have gone 80 feet. So you're 20 feet behind Cholula.
Okay.
Alma is currently, after dashing, 40 feet behind.
Chases are fun.
Chases are fun. Oh, also, just so that we're all aware, I have not dropped that sword.
Yeah, you're still carrying the Blade of Shadow, and as you leap outside, it's strange because it is nighttime and it is dark. There is dim light from torches glowing on the street and candles and things, but the sword that you carry, the blade, is actually darker than the night around
It's
it.
like absorbing light.
Yeah, and it's almost like this like heavy mist is just pouring off of it as she runs.
Cool.
Ollie,
Yeah, it was a athletics
D20.
check.
You just make a
for the-
D20. We'll see what happens for you.
13.
13? Yeah, you make that with no issue and continue running. Do you want to use your action or do you want to dash?
Action would be just yelling out something, right?
That would be a free action.
Okay,
Your action would be like if you wanted to cast a spell
cool.
or do anything that costs an action in combat.
Then I'm gonna dash, but as a free action, I would like to yell out, "Are we just trying to kill them?"
All right, Ollie calls out. You guys are free to respond on your turns. So Ollie with the dash. You catch up with Alma.
I got the range.
All right, that's going to be Silas.
A 20.
Yes.
It's a 19.
Nice.
Nice. Yeah, easy enough for you as well. You kind of like wall run up that kind of 10-foot higher portion, and quickly, your movement speed is 30 still, right?
40.
40? Right, because you're a monk. So yeah, you actually catch up with Cholula.
Hot dang.
And I'll yell
Silas-
back to Ollie, if we're collecting heads, I guess, and then just continue.
Yeah, literally like as he passes you and just quickly runs forward.
One.
It's just one head, guys. Everybody's got one.
That's going to be the little creatures, which are once again just flying and hovering now 20 feet away from the two of you. They look back. They're going to use their full fly speed and action to dash, which gets them another 80 feet ahead. So that's going to be 100 feet away from Silas and Cholula, and 120 feet away from Alma and Ollie.
Shit.
We're just going to keep playing 20 feet back on them.
That's going to be Cholula.
Do I need to roll again?
Yes, please.
That's a 14.
14? Yeah. No complications. You're leaping from rooftop to rooftop. Do you want to dash or do you want to use an action?
How close am I if I, after my full movement, just regular movement, 40 feet? That would put me 40 feet away from them. Right.
40 feet puts you 80 feet away from them.
Oh.
60 feet.
60 feet. Thank you.
I'm gonna dash, but I'm gonna keep my bow out and shout back to Ollie. Unless you can give me a reason not to.
She's double checking. I didn't know if you really. Listen, we said we were going to capture one person, and then we killed them both.
They made it really hard to do that.
So.
All right. That's Chulula's turn. That's going to be Alma.
Yeah. I need to roll.
Yes, please.
15?
15? Yeah, you managed to keep up, keeping the pace. You've got the option of using an action to cast a spell, or dashing, or anything else related with an action.
Is there any route I can see that would let me cut these guys off?
Would you like to take a minute to kind of check it out and see?
Yeah,
Would you like to use your action to investigate?
I'd lose some ground to try and figure out how I can catch up faster.
Okay, make a survival check. As you kind of pause for a moment, heavily breathing, and it is, even at night now, summer is fully set in, it is getting hot. It's going to start being tiring to run along these rooftops.
15.
15. You do see a path that you think if you could, there's a bit of a jump, but on your next turn you can choose to either continue in the path that you're on, or you can take this risk and make an athletics check to leap to another row of buildings and try and cut them off. So I will let you think about that as we move on to Ollie.
Okay.
And at this point you did use 30 feet to move forward, so you're 70 feet away from them currently.
Mm-hmm.
5.
5. That's fun. As you're running, you hear this beneath you as a rotted section of roof begins to collapse underneath you. I need you to make a dexterity saving throw.
8.
8. You fall partway into the hole, and just when you think you're about to fall and hit the ground, you actually just get stuck in the hole.
Okay.
You're technically prone and restrained, but on your next turn you can use an action, or on this turn rather, you can use an action to make another, to make either athletics or an acrobatics check to try and get yourself out.
Can I ask a different question? How
Yeah.
far am I right now from them? Is it within
Currently,
120?
we'll say this happened at the end of your movement, so you're currently also 70 feet away.
So I'm just gonna guiding bolt from where I'm at.
Hell yeah. Go ahead and make your attack roll.
Listen.
Yeah.
First, make a perception check, actually.
3.
3? Okay. Yeah, you see the group of them, but you're not sure which one is holding the stone.
Okay.
And then, yeah, go ahead and roll for your attack.
19.
Yes. Just check to make sure I didn't get any ads. Yes. 19 to hit.
19 definitely hits. Go ahead and roll damage.
That's a big spell.
It's only 46.
Excuse me.
Only. And we're only level 3.
My max spell is 2d8.
Also, because
40,
this hit,
10, I
the
think.
next attack on this particular devil
Yeah.
has advantage.
Until the end of my next turn. So that means
Yeah, once it gets back to you, that goes away.
Dope.
Is Vielle following?
No.
Okay.
12 points damage.
12? Nice.
Vile's fading away into the credits of this show.
I have to get my knife back from her.
Hey, you probably thought the same thing about some other people in the past.
Yeah.
Oh.
You said 11 points?
2 or 3
No,
kids.
12.
12. Nice. Nice.
Two
Yeah,
or
that one
three.
just like, as it's flying, you just hear, "Nyah!" And the rest of you looking up, you see one of them is like glowing with gold light and kind of limping as it goes. Let me check something real quick, actually. Okay. Yeah, okay. Hell yeah, so that's your action, Ollie, and you're currently still stuck in a hole.
Yes.
Silas.
That's 20.
Yes, please.
Just a straight roll.
Mm-hmm.
That's an 8.
8. As you're running, you just suddenly hear as like you startle a flock of birds that fly past you that were nesting on the rooftop. Make a dexterity saving throw.
Oh boy. 9.
9?
Oh.
Ooh, that's rough.
Yeah.
The birds just count as 10 feet of difficult terrain, so you can subtract 10 feet from your movement.
Okay. Well, I'm going to dash, so
so
that's 70 all out.
Okay.
I'm just trying to stay close. I don't think we're going to catch him, but...
That gets you 10 feet behind Cholula, 30 feet away from these little creatures.
Okay.
Cholula.
Yeah.
Or no, sorry. After Silas, they continue flying another 80 feet.
Okay. I think I'm going to go the 40 and then try to... Can I see which one has the stone? Oh, I guess I have to roll the thing first.
You can make a perception check as a free action.
Okay. That's a 6.
For your d20 roll. As you're running, you hear the...
Oh, wait, no. The d20 roll would have been a 3. I was doing
3?
perception,
Okay.
but whichever
Okay.
one you want to...
Yeah, we'll do this first because that's what we've been trending towards. So yeah, this time you see, you come to a rooftop that's actually 10 feet lower than the one that you're currently on. I need you to make an athletics check.
Okay. That's a nat 1.
Oof.
-1 for athletics.
The ultimate nat 1.
0. Lula's dead.
You take 2 points of bludgeoning damage as you catch your ankle weird and just kind of like fall to your side, and you are currently prone.
Okay.
So it'll take half your movement to stand back up.
Okay, I'll do that.
Okay, so that's 20 feet off as you pull yourself back up. Keep running. You get another 20 feet. Do you want to dash or do something else?
What's the range on a short bow? I don't have it written down.
I believe it's
60 to
over
120?
120? It might be more than that. I can find out.
I think a longbow is more than that.
A longbow is very far. Yeah, it's like 300 or
Yeah,
something.
80, 300 or something. Hit us up in the comments. Actually, don't.
Tell us how we're doing D&D wrong.
Yeah, really don't.
Please don't. Please.
Or
I'm
do,
sensitive.
but like, don't be a jerk about it.
Yeah.
Well, actually. Like,
Be a sweetie and tell us how we're doing
Range
wrong.
is 80 over 320.
Okay, tight. I'm gonna fire an arrow.
Hell yeah. So, going your full movement, you were 100 feet away. You get another 20. That puts you right at 80 feet away.
Tight. Okay.
well, it's probably 60 by the time the arrow
Love
gets
that
to
you
it.
keep like
It's 80.
stretching your hands out to roll. Okay.
These are Mama's working fingers. I'm sorry.
No, I need that on a shirt or an apron or...
That's a 21 to hit.
You have the Harry Potter
You made that
font
with
on
advantage, right?
Huh?
You made that with advantage, right?
Oh, no, I didn't.
Yeah. Go ahead and roll again just to see if you crit. That does hit.
No, that's an 8.
Okay. Yeah, go ahead and roll damage. No sneak attack on this one.
Right.
So it's just the D6 from the short bow.
Yeah.
It's right in front of me. I can just look. Yeah, it's a D6.
it. The knight is her ally.
That's gonna be 8 points of damage.
Hell yeah. It now has an arrow sticking into its back, and it's still just like barely fluttering.
Oh, the same one?
Yeah, it was the one that was glowing, so that's what made it easier to hit.
Okay.
And it's just barely keeping up with its friends. Did you make a perception check?
It was a 3.
No,
or
I
something.
was, but we used it as the movement.
Right. Yeah, go ahead and make that perception check.
Oh, that's better. 22.
22. Nice. Yeah, you can see that the one that you just injured is very injured, and it is the one currently holding the stone.
Okay.
Fuck yeah.
That's going to be Alma. You're currently 150 feet away, and
Yeah.
you're trying to decide if you want to try and take this shortcut or if you want to go on ahead.
If I went 30 feet, if I just used my movement,
Mhm.
I'd be within 120 feet. That's what we're saying right now?
Exactly.
Yeah. I'm just gonna go the normal way, take that 30 feet of movement, and then Chaos Bolt that little fuck.
Hell yeah. First I need you to roll a d20.
Yeah, sorry. That is only a 5. But remember how
5.
much you love me.
Yeah. As you kind of like you step off to the side and you're just about to jump and try and take this other route, and you change your mind looking and seeing kind of what's going on. You start running and you just hear, and as you look down, you see the roof tiles beneath you have cracked and begin sliding. I need you to make a dexterity saving throw.
Shit. 7?
7. You were actually running up a portion, this kind of like slanted bit of roof. As they crack, you fall prone and you actually slide 10 feet back. So you are now 130 feet away.
Okay.
And prone.
Yeah.
So you still have your action. If you want to dash, you can use half your movement to stand up and make some headway. Get another 15 feet forward.
That would put me 115 feet away.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
And I still have my action, right?
No, it was your action to dash, to stand up and keep moving. Otherwise, you would still be prone and
Right.
130 feet away. It's up to you.
I mean, that's the only option, so.
Okay. Ollie, you're still stuck in a hole.
Where is my current distance, math man?
You are currently 150 feet behind. And it's going to take your action to try and get out of this hole.
Yeah, okay. Then we're gonna do action against hole. And I'm gonna use my 30 feet to get closer.
Okay. First, I need you to make either athletics or acrobatics check. I think probably athletics, if I had to guess.
Yeah, 15.
15? Yeah, easy. You like have this portion where your leg is stuck, and you just reach down and punch the roof the rest of the way in so that you get yourself back up.
Absolutely.
And
We've got a dips machine at the house. It's just runs
Nothing but
itself.
biceps and triceps.
Lotions and potions, biceps and triceps.
and that gets you
Tattooed in hearts.
120 feet away
Cool.
with your full movement. As you're running, though, I need you to roll another d20.
This would be something.
I didn't get out of that hole.
What did you roll?
I'm still in the hole. It's a 3.
3?
Shut up! Shut up!
As you're running, you do get out of the hole, and you keep running, and you get to that portion where Cholula was, where there's that 10-foot drop. I need you to make an athletics check.
He loved you when he made your dice, okay?
I loved all of you when I made all of your dice.
I don't know.
I don't know.
I think you loved me the least.
I don't think so.
I let you pick your own.
You said it was an athletics check, right?
Yes.
10.
10? 10 is exactly what you needed.
Oh, thank God!
You managed to not make the same mistake that Cholula did, and you catch yourself gently as you leap down
Gently.
continue on your way. Or rather, we'll continue on your way in the next round.
I am thinking about how distant spell was an option I had for my meta magic, and I was like, I don't give a fuck. And now,
We're in the city. What could happen?
What are we going to do? Be on rooftops?
Useless!
All right. At this point, the creatures continue flying. They get another 80 feet
I
ahead.
hate those creatures.
That's going to put them currently 110. Silas,
What?
Brought to you by Carbot Brewery.
60. From Cholula, 80. Math. 195.
I don't know how he's doing this.
I almost jokingly started saying numbers, then I imagined myself over there. And that at that
It's
time.
120.
I'm imagining it like those little like dot races at baseball games.
Mm-hmm.
200.
They're all just
200 feet away from Ollie.
7-up dots or
How
something
far
like
am I?
that.
Yeah.
Actually, Alma, you're currently 195 feet away.
I'm just gonna roll off the roof.
On the dice. Silas, I lied. You're 190 feet away at this point.
How many feet am I?
What was their dash?
80 feet.
every time.
Yeah.
Right.
And that's all they're doing.
They fly, so they don't have to deal with this rooftop bullshit that you guys do. They just go.
It's full, yeah, but I'd only lost 20 behind pace.
Yeah, I'm
Lots
furthest
of-
back.
Right. No, yeah. So you should be at the
He's
same
10
point.
behind me.
Yeah.
We're doing
so
a lot of
you're-
math
You're
here.
170 away
Okay.
because Cholula is 160.
That feels better.
Does it?
Really cleared that up.
Anyway, Silas, it's your turn.
Yeah. I'm just gonna keep rolling to start. Oh, that's just the straight roll. That's a 7.
7.
Love rolling under 10 right now.
As you're running, you kind of like peer back over your shoulder and you see Ollie like getting up out of a hole and then jumping down. You see Alma slip and fall and slide backwards, and then she's like getting herself up. As you turn back to see Cholula in front of you, you see a chimney quickly approaching. I need you to make a dexterity saving throw. Acrobatics check.
Acrobatics check.
Yes, please.
Oh, neato. That's 15.
15? Yeah, easy enough. You manage to just turn in time that you kind of roll along the rooftop, or along the chimney, and getting back around, you don't lose any movement.
Can I see them?
Yeah.
And I can kind of estimate their distance from me a bit, like not to the foot, but...
Yeah, I'd say for the sake of this, you're aware that they're about 170 feet away from you.
And do I know
But
what part
with your full movement, that gets you...
It's a 90.
40...
Yeah, it's a 90.
130 feet away. Unless you want to dash.
Yes, that.
Okay.
Sorry.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Yeah.
Like, he was 70 away.
Yeah.
Okay, so
Or
now you're 90
170.
feet away.
And do I know what part of town I'm in?
Yeah, you know that you're still in the southern ward currently.
Cool.
But
That's all I need to
actually
know.
make a perception check.
It was cocked, sort of. That's 23.
Nice, yeah. You can see that you're still technically in the southern ward, but in a couple more rooftops, you'll be heading towards the dock ward.
Okay.
All right, that's going to be Cholula.
Yeah.
Oh, I know what happened. I got confused. I started moving them before Silas. They're supposed to move after Silas. That's where shit got fucked
Okay.
up.
Oh,
I'll keep a mental note of that now.
that's a 10.
10?
On moving.
This is ridiculous. As you're running, you
What's
hear...
that table look like?
It's very fun. You hear someone call up from the street, and they just said, "Oh, you're dropping fucking roof tiles!" And as you turn and look, you see someone has tossed a rock at you from the street. I need you to make a dexterity saving throw.
Okay.
Cameron did not want us to make it off this rooftop.
That's a 9.
A 9? Yeah.
I think you get hit with a rock.
I
Yeah,
rolled
the
a
rock-
2, but I have...
The rock hits you in the shoulder. Brought to you by Carbach Brewery. You take another 2 points of bludgeoning damage from the rock as it hits you. You don't fall down or anything, but it does distract you and it costs you 5 feet of movement.
Yeah, I
So-
hiss at him.
Yeah. Yeah.
My scary
He
teeth.
closes his window shutters. Yeah. Are you dashing or making an attack? You're currently, after your 30 feet of running...
40.
40, right. You're 120 feet away.
Yeah, I'm gonna shoot another arrow.
Okay, this one will be with a disadvantage,
Okay.
because it's further than 80 feet.
And the guide's gone, right?
Right. Straight roll. Well, with disadvantage.
No, the first one was a nat 20.
Oh.
Oh, that's a 19, so...
Plus
Plus 7.
the die. What is the total? No, it hits. Yeah.
I'm not mad, I'm disappointed.
I know, I am too.
Your dexterity is more than 2, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. You don't even need to roll damage. The one with the stone takes a second arrow in its other wing and just... And, like, you can see roof tiles and just, like, various debris just scatter as it slides along the roof
We got
tiles.
Susans and Deborahs.
Deborah's laying all over the roofs around here.
And you see... debris. You see that one of the other 2 winged creatures swoops down and scoops up the stone and looks at you and, like, makes a weird, like, chittering sound before turning and taking back off, but there's just 2 of them now.
Okay.
Did that slow them down at all?
A little bit, yeah.
Cool.
I'm going to say that costs them half of their movement on their next turn. Alma.
Okay, that shortcut I skipped. Is it shortcut enough to make up what I've lost here?
Potentially, you'd have to try it to see.
How hard does it look?
It's definitely a wider gap from here. You might have to sacrifice some movement to go back to where it looked a little easier to cross, but it still looks doable.
You better rip it.
You're essentially
Party animal.
leaping across an alleyway to buildings on the other side.
Where's Ollie?
Ollie is 5 feet behind you.
With my dice?
I'm gonna grab Ollie and point towards the shortcut. And, shortcut, back there? We might be able to make up.
Cool.
But I need help. I can't get across that by myself.
Got it. Ooh, does that mean you're waiting your turn for me?
Mhm.
Or, okay, cool.
Okay, so you're holding your turn to wait to see if Ollie will give you the help action?
Or just, take both of us across.
Okay. We'll see what Ollie wants to do on her turn.
Carry
Cool.
me.
I would like to know,
There's a shortcut. Carry me.
I would like to know that
I'm small.
doing this does forfeit all of your movement that turn.
Yeah, but if it'll make it up enough for me to actually do something next time,
It might.
be worth it. I don't need to get crazy close, but
Okay.
Need to get back within
I
$120.
really desperately need to get within 60 feet of these little fucks.
So,
Okay.
Ollie, Alma gives you a proposition.
Right. Do I have my first D20 roll first, or
No, we'll
Play
say that
with
this covers that. If
Okay.
you decide to leap.
yeah? I'm gonna leap.
Okay.
I'm gonna grab and swing to back.
Yeah, fireman's carry.
Yes.
Alma over the shoulder. Go ahead and make an athletics check with disadvantage.
Here we go.
It's rude.
Mm-hmm.
Oh no.
Holly does not equal rooftops.
8.
8. So
Look,
you,
she's got a knee injury.
yeah,
Okay.
you toss Alma over your shoulder, and
This is probably gonna go great.
you see the length that you have to leap. You run and you misjudge the distance, and your leaping leg is that leg. And you jump, and as you're jumping, you've got an option in the air.
Is it to throw Alma?
You think you could catch with one hand and support both of you, but it would be tough, or you can risk not making the jump yourself to throw Alma to the other side.
Absolutely throw Alma.
No.
No,
Stop that!
He literally said it's gonna be worse, which means another roll with disadvantage. First off, jumbo dice.
Go ahead and make an athletics check.
How high up are we?
You're 2 stories up,
We
so like 20 feet.
That's survivable.
Yeah.
That's survivable.
It's like 2d6.
18.
18? Yeah.
Yeah.
Alma, you have this moment looking behind thinking, we're not going to make this. And then suddenly you feel yourself weightless as you see Ollie falling in the distance, looking up at you with a faint smile as you
Absolutely.
land.
I'm a javelin.
As you.
That's going on the list.
As you land on the rooftop across the way.
Is she okay?
You don't see her. She disappears behind the rooftop as you land. Ollie,
Alright.
you take 4 points of bludgeoning damage.
Oh, that's it? Oh, okay. That's it?
We should jump off more roofs.
Yeah. I was like, what that proved to me is that I'm just gonna start going ape shit. I'm gonna...
As you fall to the ground, that was a low roll. It's 2d6 damage. I rolled 2 2s. But yeah, you fall, land on your knee, and take bludgeoning damage. But you can see that Alma made it across. We'll get to that in a moment. I'm going to say that's your turn for now.
Yeah, I was like, Do I see anything at least?
Silence.
We start doing some push-ups.
What would you like to do? Well, first roll d20. Welcome back. Sorry.
Hi.
We had an accident.
Silas got him.
Oops. Thank you for sticking with us. If you did. we're gonna continue. Silas, you came to that rooftop and you needed to make an athletics check to leap down 10 feet to continue on with your quick pace that you're doing.
You can do it. Yes. Fuck yeah.
14.
14? Yeah. You actually leap down and do like a parkour roll over the shoulder
Hell yeah.
and don't lose any movement and continue on. Do you want to do anything with your action or are you just dashing?
Do they seem to be changing course? You said that they're a little bit behind now, right? Like,
Yeah, and I'm
Like,
putting
I'm
them
gaining a
at
bit.
their turn as well. So
Okay.
you started your turn 90 feet behind them. So you're now 50 feet?
Whew.
Yeah, you're now 50 feet away before dashing.
Where the kings live, you are right in a sweet spot. I would pay cash money.
yeah, I actually trade spaces with Ollie if I could do that. No, I'll just stay on them. But they're not diverting or dipping or showing any signs of...
I mean, they're all over the place, but you
Okay.
guys are keeping up with them.
Okay, I'm just keeping up.
For sure. And yeah, after that dash, you are 10 feet away. And you see these devils floating in front of you with these strange little spines, looking back over their shoulders, looking increasingly nervous.
I'm imagining like an Indiana Jones kind of thing where he's like athletic, but he looks like he's not going to make it at every step.
Yeah,
He's like
absolutely.
the clumsy athletic.
I love that.
I don't want to talk about what you just said.
On their turn, they fly another 80 feet. But towards the end of that 80 feet, they just swoop down. What happened? Did something crazy happen? You're all making faces.
We got called out for not knowing anything.
In where?
That's fine. It's fine. It's fine.
Okay.
I don't, to be fair, we're in the same boat. I have no idea what's going on.
I'm just going to keep going. So yeah, they are going to fly another 80 feet and they actually dip down out of sight into an alleyway.
Okay.
Cholula.
Yeah. I'm gonna go towards the alleyway.
Okay. Yeah. You rush down. You are the first one to get there, for sure. Making either athletics or acrobatics check.
Oh, acrobatics for sure. 19.
Hell yeah. You rush forward to the alleyway where you saw them disappear. You leap across and kind of catch yourself on the building across, leap back, and just kind of wall jump your way down to the ground safely.
Yeah.
And we'll get to what you see in a moment. Alma.
Mm-hmm.
You find yourself on the rooftop across the way. And just as you kind of get yourself up and look across, you just catch the tail end of these little creatures swooping down and out of sight.
Of course. And I have no way of knowing how far down they are.
No, well, you can guess it's probably a couple stories.
But how far?
Make a perception check.
Yeah, I have no idea where they are now.
Mhm.
In what you are describing to me.
Yeah.
4.
4. So yeah, you just catch the tail end of them dipping down out of sight. You can see that you are on this line of buildings that you're on. You are closer to where you lost sight of them, but there's a couple of alleyways there. You're not sure which one they dipped into, but you are aware that you're about 70 feet away from that area.
I guess I'll continue that direction.
Okay, action to dash.
I guess. I can't do anything else in this. Alma can't run, apparently. It's too much for her.
It's rough. So yeah, you rush up and get about 10 feet away from the edge where you see 2 alleyway entrances in front of you. Ollie.
What can I see now that I am on the ground?
Make a perception check.
17.
17. So as you're running, you're keeping an eye out, and with a 17, you get to the end of this alleyway that you fell into and kind of cross, not major, but a larger roadway into another alley next door across the way, which has a portion that juts to the left. And looking down that way, you just catch Cholula landing on the ground, facing away from you.
Lit. Yeah. Immediately take that left. I'm gonna go ahead and use full to dash. Do I need to still roll d20 now that we're on the
street
ground?
now.
Okay.
So yeah, you rush and you essentially just catch up with Cholula,
Right.
who begins running next to you.
Cool.
Silas, on your turn, you can, with your movement, you can just make it to the edge where you saw Cholula disappear, and you see her and Ollie down below. And peering over, you see Alma looking lost and confused across an alleyway from you, maybe 20 feet away.
Are they? These two are running.
They're running to your left, and Alma's on your right. And
Yeah, I'm going to stay on the roofs, but go to the left. Just kind of stay above them,
Okay.
if I could.
Yeah. Do you call out to Alma or anything?
Oh, you did say she looked confused, right?
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
You don't have to if you don't want to.
No, I said Indiana Jones earlier, so I'm going to try to stay to that. Well, come on! And then I'll just kind of like motion like you should have been there the whole time.
Does that give me any idea where anything is?
Yeah, as Silas calls out, you were looking down at the street, kind of trying to find where these things disappeared to.
I'm like a marker now.
Yeah,
like
and then you see,
above
and you
them.
look and you see Silas going across from you. There is a bit of a jump to get to the side where he is.
You can do it.
I cannot. To be clear.
You can do
We would all love to see you try.
Continue on. It's not me yet, is it?
I'm actually going to jump to you because,
Why?
for narrative purposes.
Yeah.
Uh,
They're at the narrative. We're
I
not.
guess I will pretend I can jump.
Well, if I look back, does it look completely inalmable?
Yes.
Probably.
No.
All right. I'll get to like the edge and just like, come on. Like,
Right. Make an athletics check with advantage.
Like a dad.
You can do it. Come on. Put your shadow sword
Alma
away and
just
jump.
jumps to the ground. 16.
16? No, 16 is more than enough.
Yay.
You leap across, and just when you think you're not going to make it, Silas grabs you by the arm as you catch your footing right at the edge of the building. He pulls you up. The two of you are now together, running along the rooftops.
They went this way.
Everyone make a perception check, please.
Does it have to be a good one?
Hope not.
Sure hope
That's
so.
a 6.
21.
21,
20.
20,
Dirty.
12.
12.
Wait, no. Other side.
I'm sorry, this is just going to be
9.
the height of me today. My back hurts so bad.
Totally fine.
I can't sit.
Cholula, what'd you roll?
6.
6. Okay. Cholula, you're distracted as Ollie comes up. You kind of like jump for a second. And the rest of you, what did Ollie roll?
9.
9? Easy enough. The two of you being on the ground was a lower DC. You notice that parked in the middle of the alley, about 60 feet down from you, is what looks to be a hire coach being pulled by 2 draft horses. There's a man sitting on top with a feathered cap, and Silas and Alma, the two of you just catch a glimpse of those 2 little spine creatures disappearing into the windows of this hire coach, which then begins taking off and driving away.
Do I recognize either of the horses?
What? Oh.
Make an insight check.
Okay.
Hey, I know you. Hey, you.
It took too long to remember that we do know a talking horse,
That's a
but
dirty 20.
Dirty.
Oh.
yeah.
Do I have your consent to whisper secret information to you?
Yeah.
You have phones. Just text each other.
Yeah, right.
This is more fun.
Digital whispers.
Secrets.
Guys,
I can't whisper, so I'm trying to make noise so I don't hear his whisper.
Yeah.
I know my voice is just. This is like it. I think this is the lowest. I don't think I can like whisper properly.
So you see it beginning to pull out of the alley and take a left. You get the feeling with how busy the city is at this time, you could potentially keep up on foot. It depends on traffic.
Did the feather hat guy notice us?
Nobody seems to have noticed you on the carriage. They're just pulling out of the alley and taking a left onto a main road.
Okay. I'm gonna wait for the carriage to get a little bit further out of earshot once everybody's gathered, I guess.
Okay,
we're on the roof.
Yeah, Alma and Silas are still up above you, and I will say you, as you're kind of standing there and waiting, Ollie, do you stay with Cholula or do you keep on?
Yeah, I'm gonna dash after it. Honestly,
I mean, I'm just gonna yell out, Ollie. I know where they're going.
Did you recognize the?
I would say you all hear this.
Yeah, how far is that cart though?
At this point, at an angle from you, down and away, it's pulling out into a road maybe 100 feet away.
God damn it.
Horses are fast.
Yeah, sometimes when rolls are really bad, you're just like, I'm lame. I made a lame person.
You just shine in different areas. Everyone has their strength. That's why you're an adventuring party. You complement each other's weaknesses. That's D&D.
None of us caught anything today.
If I become a parent, I want a shirt that says, I'm lame, I made a lame person.
I'm not gonna let you have that. Unprincipled.
It's like a maternity t-shirt.
Yeah. It's actually, the text goes around the baby Bjorn, so you can still read it if there's a kid.
I will say there are kind of steel fire escape situations at the top of these buildings, kind of towards the end of the alleyway. If the two of you would like to climb down, or if the two of you would like to climb up, that's up to
I'm
you
gonna
guys.
climb up.
Okay. Yeah, if it's going
Ollie, did
like,
you
if
stop?
that's the alley and it's going left around that building, I'm running to the end of that building and like looking down where.
Yeah, I'm gonna sit.
Yeah, you see the coach heading. Actually, let me look at a map, so I'm not a liar.
Wow, that holds music.
Come and eat your steel eyes. Yeah, you're currently kind of you've now entered the dock ward from the southern ward, and you see what street is that? You see the carriage is heading up Snail Street towards either the castle ward or the trades ward, depending. It's kind of headed towards the high road, which bisects them.
Okay, so they're just doing a 180. Now that they've flown across town south.
No, you guys have been heading north this whole time.
Okay, cool. But they're doing a 180.
Because you were in the southern ward at like the southern tip of Waterdeep,
and they were moving towards the dock.
And you were moving kind of northwest.
Okay.
Towards the dock ward. Brought to you by Carbach Breweries.
Where are they going then?
Those are Castellan's horses. If there's a way that we can get towards their estate first, we can cut off the carriage, but in a less conspicuous area, or we can confront Castellanta himself.
That's what I was planning on doing if we weren't going to be running across fucking rooftops all night.
Now we might not have to. What do I know if there's a road that we could take to, or like a route we could take to cut them off, knowing where they're going?
Make a survival check.
Does anybody have that? What is that urchin background?
Yeah, I don't think any of you do.
That is a 5.
5?
Because I made a lame person.
No, it's more that Alma has spent most of her time in the North Ward and the Trades Ward,
Yeah.
going down to the Castle Ward to hang out at the Yawning Portal. She hasn't spent much time, for good reason, in the Dock Ward or the Southern Ward, because those are usually the more rough and tumble parts of town.
Mm-hmm.
Can I try to figure out if I know a quick route?
Yeah, make a survival check.
11.
11. You're not sure if, especially on foot, if you would be able to keep up. However, you do know that their speed is going to heavily depend on traffic.
Mm-hmm.
So you also know if they are headed to Castellanter Villa, they're headed to the Sea Ward, which is literally on the opposite side of the city.
Mm-hmm.
So there's potential that if you started making your way towards the villa at a fast pace, you might be able to beat them there. Potentially.
We're on the roof currently, right?
Yeah, you all climbed up the fire escapes
That's
back onto
pretty
the roofs.
trafficless. Like,
I
we don't
think
have
if
to
we-
sprint.
I think if we...
It is more dangerous because if you look at the map of Waterdeep, I
Yeah.
think you guys have access to that. There are certain areas when you reach like the end of a block where good luck.
We zip line.
Yeah, across the park.
I mean, we can take the streets, but I think if we move
Yeah,
quickly...
we're not worried about an entire carriage, just us.
Right, I
So-
think we might be able to head them off before they reach Castellantis.
Let's go.
Okay.
Yeah, I start running.
Yeah, running!
All right, if I could have everyone make an athletics check.
My
How
ass.
often?
We'll just do one for now. This isn't so much of a chase as it is just trying to,
Stamina.
yeah.
Yike.
Athletics 22.
22,
11.
11.
11. That's 20.
Yeah, that's a 24.
You carry
Hell
the rest
yeah.
of us.
Yeah, so as you guys
You're
are running,
Castellanter.
Cholula and Silas are naturally faster than Ollie and Alma. But I would imagine that you guys are trying to stay together as best as possible. And Alma and Cholula, you're both starting to get pretty tired. But every time you do, you look up and you notice Ollie, who, for lack of a better term, she doesn't have a very graceful run about her. You can tell that her knee must be killing her right now, but she is leading the pack. She is putting her all into this, and it's so inspiring that it keeps you with the group.
Yeah, and she's my trainer. Whatever she tells me to do.
That's true.
I throw a lasso around her. And then I just chill.
Yeah. Silas is skiing.
You pop out your heelys.
Street skis.
I forgot to mention that. It's hard to see in the character art, but I've got Heelys.
Ye old Heelys.
That's my next character.
So
Yeah, just an artificer nerd with Heelys.
you guys run for about 20 minutes straight,
Whew.
and it is tiring. Could I have all of you make a Constitution saving throw?
Saving, huh? All these savings.
Well, that's
19.
simply not.
Let's go. Oh, it doesn't matter.
Very good, very good.
23.
23,
I was doing
19.
so well for a while.
19,
4.
4,
13.
13. Cholula, you take a point of exhaustion as
What
it
is
has
that?
been a long, hot summer day of running. That means... Where did it go? It's probably here. Exhaustion. You have disadvantage on ability checks. So, like, anything that says check after it. All your skills and stuff.
Anything you want to do?
She's good on attacks.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, attack rolls are not ability checks. Now, if I could have everyone make a perception check, Cholula, you have disadvantage.
Perception, you said?
Yes.
Whew.
16.
16,
13.
Thank goodness for
13.
pluses.
18.
18,
18.
18. Ollie and Alma. Huffing and puffing and managing to keep up with
Blowing
this
the house down.
all-out run.
We're all adults here.
You all
I'm a wolf.
turn a corner out into a street and you're scanning, and you know that this is the main route that someone would have to take with a cart of that size to get to Castle Villa, to get out of this portion of the castle ward into the sea ward. And as you're scanning the crowd, Ollie and Alma, you both spot that carriage. You see the same feathered hat. You've gotten ahead of them.
Oh, yes.
Dope.
It's about 200 feet away at this point, approaching at a normal pace.
How crowded is it right here?
It's not as crowded as it would be in broad daylight, but there are still people on the street.
They're 200 feet ahead?
Mhm.
Or behind, I guess?
They're 200 feet and approaching.
I'm gonna nudge Cholula and Silas. Point.
Is
180.
I think I can blind them for a second.
I could just try to jump in.
Let's start with blinding, and then we can kind of let's get on either side of the road, and then kind of collapse after the blinding.
I'm gonna scatter some people for a second.
For sure.
Okay.
What is there a signal so we don't get blinded?
Just stay next to me.
Okay.
How are you gonna try to?
As soon as they're in 60 feet, I'm gonna cast darkness with 2 sorcery points so I can see through it.
Okay. Yeah, you guys wait just a moment, kind of casually. Everybody make a stealth check to blend in casually on the street. As you're all like...
Maybe we're just busy people.
23.
Yeah, there are definitely other people on the street that are acting the same way that you guys are, just because it's that hot outside right now.
I have disadvantage, right?
Yes, on ability checks.
Oh,
That's okay.
another robbed 20.
13.
Natural one.
And you're all ill now.
Ollie is like halfway out in the street, and
Can we pull her back?
yeah, as you go to pull her back, a voice calls out, "Ilno, Ollie, Ilno." What a surprise running into you here.
Oh man.
It's about 130 feet away at this point. I was just in town. There's a tournament this week. I'm not sure if you were aware. You see the familiar face. Long, blonde, elven hair. Open shirt in the front.
Oh.
You see Evelio.
Oh.
That's his name, right? Let me check this.
It sounds like a cologne.
Evelios, yes. Evelios Bannereth. Tall, slender, elven form. And just like essentially dressed as Fabio in that very famous Fabio photo.
Yeah.
Just like the white tunic open with
Just
tight trousers. Very like
yeah.
triangular body shape.
Yeah, the Fabio cinematic universe.
What are you doing here? You look positively... Well, you look a bit out of sorts. Who are your friends? Hello. Evelios Bannereth at your service.
Oh, he notices us too?
Is this
Yes.
guy bothering you?
Does he?
Actually, he doesn't notice the two of you.
Okay, tight.
Oh, right, yeah, we're blending in.
Does he look pretty like put together?
Yes.
Like, I'm gonna just immediately wipe my brow,
Mm-hmm.
push my hand into his face, and push right past him.
Make an attack roll.
Oh, what if you just did it?
4. You do like push him out of the way. He doesn't like fall down or take damage or anything, but he's just kind of like moves out of the way.
Fuck up his shirt a little bit.
Yeah, it's got sweat on it for sure. He's just like places to be, I guess. They're about 80 feet away at this point.
Okay.
Do we need to take positions or something?
What if I just
Something weird is gonna happen. It's gonna be fine. Just be ready for it.
Can you describe the
Can I stack meta magics?
No,
No.
Damn.
Can I?
Okay.
it's a bonus action to do meta magic.
Yeah, so all I can do is oh, but my darkness isn't a meta magic. I just use sorcery points for it.
Right.
So I could do it as a subtle spell.
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay. It's just they're gonna, as soon as they're close enough, it's gonna go a little dark on them for a second.
Okay, which is soon.
Which is soon.
Okay, I'm going to take the left side.
Just don't get close to them. Don't get anywhere near them.
Ollie, where are you headed in accordance to the group, in reference to the group?
No, I'm sticking pretty close to Alma.
Okay, you push Avelios, and he's
And,
just like
yeah, my
But
plan
he
was to
doesn't-
push him out of the way.
yeah,
and
he doesn't go.
dash
He doesn't
towards
go
him.
anywhere.
Okay.
He's just like, bit rude. Sorry, just wanted to come say hi. I recognized you on the street.
You threw a javelin into my leg.
It was an accident. The throw went wild. It wasn't. It was out of my control.
I'm actually positive now. It wasn't an accident.
Do I see or hear any of this?
Yeah, you guys are all. If you're
I'm
staying
like kind of
together.
like my back like I'm a civilian.
Yeah, it's
All of
like, do I
this.
still have my sword?
How long does it last?
10 minutes?
Yeah. Well, actually, no. After the
Yeah.
running,
Oh,
no.
dang.
It's like a 30-minute crosstown.
Yeah. I think I said you guys ran for
Nope.
like 15.
20.
Yeah, I'm too focused on this cart then.
12 to 15. I don't know what proof you have, but I also have my suspicions that someone in the crowd was meddling magically and redirected it so that it might strike you, trying to tarnish your record and my name.
Could I reach over and grab him by the collar?
Yeah, absolutely.
Like, just like without looking,
Oh,
just
he's
kind of
all
grab
of our
him.
dad.
Excuse me.
Listen, fuck off. We're very busy right now. And I'll just kind of shove him.
Make an intimidation check with advantage.
You're like counting down numbers over there, and I'm stressing out.
70
12.
feet. 12?
Yeah.
That's a 6. He steps back. I have a meeting to get to anyway. It was nice to see you. Have fun with your friends. And he turns around and starts heading down the street in another direction. They're about 60 feet away.
Subtle spell darkness.
You see, it's strange because it is dark outside, but again, there are like the different street lights and lamps that are dimly lighting this area, this main road. But then a sphere of just absolute darkness appears to all of you. Alma, you can see these kind of grayish. It's like looking through a UV camera almost. Your dark vision penetrates the darkness, and you see as the driver pulls on the reins and begins looking very confused. Make a perception check.
We just see an orb.
Yeah, you just see darkness, and again, it has
my
that kind
eyes
of.
probably went black.
It has that kind of like really dense mist, almost like
Dry ice.
dry ice.
Yeah.
Yes, thank you. It doesn't lift; it like falls, and it's just drifting down off of this globe.
So we can't see through it with dark vision?
No.
Okay.
Alma, what'd you roll?
Perception?
Yes,
Dirty 20.
dirty 20. You see the driver pulls to a stop, and you see a little slat open beside him, and you just see the top of a face, just the eyes peering out as the driver looks down and begins saying something. It's hard to hear with the street noise, but you recognize these eyes. There's a crack of thunder as you see the face of Williford Crowell inside the cart. He says something to the driver and then slams the slat shut, and the driver hits the gas
Right, in
on
any
the
of this time,
horses.
because we were
Horse
talking
gas.
about having a plan here,
Um,
and the plan was as soon as that went up for everybody to ready
Exactly.
their positions.
Exactly. So you see all of this beginning. He's lifting up the reins. What does everyone do as soon as this happens?
can
No.
I cast guiding bolt on like a non-human?
You can cast it in an object, sure.
Okay. It just says a creature, so I didn't know if it was that specific.
I would
Can
allow you to cast it at objects as
Can I-
well.
do it at a wheel, but as like subtly as possible, sort of like underneath my
tracker.
ear. Like
Yeah.
a little,
So
It's currently
it is currently
gone.
yeah. It vanishes from sight as it's just you see this massive dark orb now. You can cast it with disadvantage, and I also need you to make a sleight of hand check to be subtle about this. And I would say the sleight of hand check also has disadvantage because you just had a very public altercation with essentially a celebrity.
What was that name you gave me?
Williford Crowell, the butler.
Yeah, the lightning,
Right.
The butler from Castle Intervilla.
Brucha.
Yeah, I'm gonna pass along 2 things, and they're coming out of this darkness anyway, and it's Wilfred Crowell.
I'm gonna wait just outside of the darkness.
In front of it? Like in the street?
No, like to the side, letting it kind of pass me.
Okay. Silas sets himself up and prepares for something to exit the darkness. Cholula, what are you doing?
I'm at the side. I'm gonna prepare to jump into the carriage.
Yeah, I was
Okay.
kind of thinking the same thing.
Okay. Are you guys next to Silas or on the other side of the street?
I'm on the other side of the street.
Okay.
Yeah, so I'll go on the side of Ollie, or of Cholula, and direct Ollie to go on the other side of Silas.
Okay. In the
So
meantime,
there's 2 and
Ollie,
2.
you're wrestling with this.
I'm not gonna do it because that was too many disadvantages.
Okay. That's fair.
I'm gonna cast Shield of Faith on myself, however, and then sort of probably look up right as Alma's directing me, and I'll slide over that way.
Hell yeah. Do you want to let us know what Shield of Faith does?
Ooh, so it's just a glimmering field that appears, and it gives a bonus to the AC. It's a +2 to the AC.
Hell yeah.
I'm gonna flavor it that it's not Ollie's normal gold, but like a sort of shimmery blue with like gold reflex.
Hell yeah. I love that. So, Ollie, you sidle up next to Silas, and Cholula and Alma are on the other side of the street, and you guys are just preparing to leap on.
Yeah.
All right. After a few moments, you can all hear the of the whips on the horses as you then hear the cart beginning to make that loud clattering, and you just see the heads of horses appear out, and then quickly after, the man with the feathered cap pulling the cart, who comes out of the darkness, like he's like trying to clear it out of the way, and suddenly he can see again and starts like righting himself with the reins. I need all of you to make an athletics check.
Please.
11.
8.
7.
19
19.
plus 6.
Silas is gonna get it done for all of us.
Silas and Cholula, you leap on to the side of the carriage and catch yourselves. Ollie and Alma, on opposite sides, you both go to leap, and as you do, the doors of the carriage open and knock both of you back almost simultaneously. Alma, on your side, you see the old visage of Wilfred Crowell as he leaps out and, like, in slow motion, he's leaping out of the cart and looks down and sees you laying there. And then as he turns, you see his face kind of shift, and it goes to this strange, smooth, translucent white skin. The hair disappears, the horns retract, and you see this strange, not amorphous, but indistinct person before you, who then takes off running down an alley. Ollie, you're hit with the door, and you see those 2 little creatures with the spines all over their bodies have just flown out from the other side and take off down an alleyway. And as you are all gathering yourselves, Cholula and Silas on the sides of the carriage following, you see the doors flapping and your friends on the ground behind, and the strange man with the feathered cap next to you. That's where we're going to take our quick break.
God.
We'll be back in 20 minutes, but first, we have a giveaway to announce. 5 giveaways to be exact. To remind you all, we are giving away, thematically almost, these wonderful horse and carriages and carts. What are they called?
Carriages.
Carts and carriages. Thank you.
There's a boat.
There's a boat?
Mm-hmm.
What?
Like a rowboat.
Oh, there is a little
dinghies.
rowboat. Look at that.
Look at that dinghy.
Look at that little dinghy.
Put that dinghy on
Yes,
camera.
they are.
Horse in it.
They are double-sided. There are horse-drawn carriages. You got 2 draft horses. You got 1 draft horse. You got 4. You got any number of things that you could need or want. And right here in fabulous clear plastic for your viewing pleasure and using pleasure. So In order to enter this giveaway and win the carriages and carts for yourselves, carts and carriages for yourselves from the Arknight Menagerie, enter the code word. Oh no, I forgot what it was. Robbie.
Windmill.
Robbie, help me. Windmill in the chat. Thank you. That's WINDMILL, all one word, no capitalization, no punctuation, in order to enter for your chance to win the carts and carriages set from the Arknight Menagerie. We will be back in 20 minutes to announce the winners, so don't go anywhere. Bye, we'll see you in a second. Welcome back, everyone. Before we hop back into tonight's game and figure out what the fuck this fancy butler is doing, we've got a giveaway to announce. 5 giveaways to be exact. Once again, if you missed it, Arknight carts and carriages from the Menagerie. Technically a misprint, but they actually look great.
Yeah.
I don't really see anything wrong with them. There's like a little bit of
There's
like
scuffs
white
on
line,
that side. Yeah,
but I don't know. The other side looks great, and they're reversible. So go ahead and enter the keyword in the chat now. Windmill, WINDMILL to enter. You have until I stop saying this sentence to enter, and it's going to be a quick one because it's ending exactly right now. And the winners are.
Do we have to read these?
Yes.
Raise your hand if you won. That's probably the best way to do it.
Tonight's winners are Rostone66. Congratulations. I hope this livens up your work day,
Get a
night,
profile picture.
whatever time it is in whatever part of the world you're in. Avenging Penguin.
Penguin.
Butterfly 4205. Congratulations yet again.
425.
11-day-old Kobold. Congratulations to you as well, my friend.
Kobold.
And a Dark Phoenix born. Congratulations to all of our winners. If anyone else is watching and you didn't win, don't worry. There's another giveaway coming up at the end of the stream for these beautiful, gorgeous Dungeon Master dice. I made them myself. I have my own set that looks just like them right here. So you will be my dice twin, and I'm going to show you the 6 on this camera real quick because they look so cool.
And when you're dice friends with somebody, you share a telepathic link.
There we are.
Yes.
It's true. This is the truth. They've got like gold and blue swirled together through copper. There we are. Sorry,
There you go.
this is harder to do than it looks like.
Ah, there it is.
Yes, beautiful. Yes, they're lovely. You want them. In order to enter to win those, the keyword is going to be something that we also decided on. Which-
Devils.
Was it devil?
I think it's just devil singular?
Devil.
I think he's setting it up now regardless.
Yeah. Robbie will tell you. Don't trust Cameron. We don't.
For the Fantasy Forge DM dice giveaway,
Robbie types so fast.
the keyword is
That's how I got the
devil. DEVIL. That's no capitalization, no punctuation. Enter the word devil in the chat for your chance to win some Fantasy Forge dice. And good luck to you in your endeavors. We will announce the winner at the end of the stream.
And they really are great dice. I know it's like my DM / my friend is making dice now, but they're actually really great dice.
They're really
thank you.
cool.
I'm very picky about my dice, and these are great.
I
I
spent
also
so much
help
money.
with them.
Yeah, Sand does help. She helps me
Fine.
sand, and she helps me come up with color combinations for certain pours and stuff.
I think I sanded those ones.
Yeah, I think you did.
I can't wait to spend more money on
So
these
they have
dice.
these.
So if they're messed up, it's not my fault. No, they're lovely.
Depends on who's cooking.
Inspected them all, and they're great.
Yes.
So, good
He
luck
is
to all
my
of you
boss.
in your endeavors entering to win. We will contact those of you who won, who we need to contact to get your information on the back end. I think we have all of your information. So, unless you want to specify that something is going to a different place than usual, I think we're good. On that note, Alma, you see Wilfred Crowell changing form strangely. His clothes stay the same, but his body changes as he begins rushing into the crowd. And it is more crowded in this area. You can see there are groups of people who are putting up banners and different like strings of flags across the streets. It's very, very busy and very crowded as people are beginning to set up for the celebration of Founders Day, which is coming up in, I think, about 4 days now.
How far away is it?
Well,
Okay.
you see him running off
Okay.
into the crowd. Ollie, on the other side, you see those little creatures fluttering away with their leathery flapping wings into the distance. And for the first time, getting a good look at them as they fly past you, they look rather familiar.
Hey, are they imps?
They're not imps.
Okay.
Actually, make a quick history check with advantage because you looked through that book at Castellanter Villa.
Whew. That's a nat 20.
Ooh.
But a 21.
Natural 20? Yes. You recall the entry on these from the Mordenkainen's Delve into the Nine Hells, his diary book that Castellanter had. These are spine devils.
Okay.
They are rather small, but very quick, and you know that if they so choose, they can shoot these little spined barbs out of their bodies and damage things around them.
It's about time.
Yeah.
And you see them flying off in the opposite direction of Willifert. Cholula and Silas, you're both holding on to a now empty carriage being drawn by a man.
Yeah, I'm on Ollie's side, so I see the spinding things that I don't know the name of.
Did
Yes.
you notice if they had the stone still on them?
Make a quick perception check. Alma, you can do so as well. Yeah, Silas too. Cholula, you can also make a perception check. Because you see Willifort hop out and change just like Alma does as you see Alma lying on the ground.
16.
16? 15.
15.
What? Brought to you by Carbock Breweries.
Whoa.
That's a 6.
6? Okay. Cholula, it's hard for you to see because the kind of orb of darkness is still enveloping a portion of this area, but
I'm
you...
so tired and my ankle hurts.
Yeah, but you do see Alma lying on the ground and the door to the carriage open, and you see just the tail end of Willifert Crowell as he morphs and begins disappearing into the crowd. Ollie and Silas, you both catch a glimpse. It doesn't look like either of these things are carrying the stone currently, and they don't really have like pockets to put it in either.
Well,
that you know of.
I'm just gonna shoot a look at. Yeah, yeah. They were born with pockets.
We all were.
God.
Anyway, Alma, what did you
Pocket
roll?
on my birthday
I
suit.
rolled a 15.
A 15?
Is it in his butt?
The door hits you and knocks you down, and you instinctively reach out because you were trying to grab onto the carriage regardless, and you just catch the kind of, not the tail, but like the front right side of the butler coat that Willifert is wearing, and try to right yourself, but you just can't get a grip on it as you're falling too fast, but you do feel your hands brush past something firm and solid in the pocket of the jacket as you land on the ground. I need everyone to roll initiative.
Oh boy.
This is going into another chase sequence,
Damn it,
but we're going to
every
do
time.
initiative this time
Is this
so
a
that I can write it down and keep it up
disadvantage
better.
check, or is this just standard? With exhaustion.
I think initiative is technically an ability check. Let me check really quickly.
Okay. It
That's
feels
not
like
like it
an
matters. You have a
ability.
plus 14.
I do have a plus 14 anyway, but you know, I could roll 1.
Yeah. I mean,
Oh, could you?
For initiative,
that
that would be a
is-
15.
Yeah, that's one thing.
rolls
This
and
is one
saving
place where that
throws are
doesn't really.
considered a different thing, so
Yes, technically initiative is a dexterity ability check, so you would have
Okay.
this at disadvantage.
That's
22.
29.
Sorry, give me just a moment. I need to look up
It's better than your
a
first.
stat block.
I'm picking alert next time.
It's a good feat.
What's that plus the rakish audacity from being a swashbuckler adds my charisma modifier to it as well.
Yeah.
wow.
Cholula, quick. She go fast.
Cholula go fast.
All right. Anybody 25 to 20?
29.
Disadvantage.
20 to 15.
17. You guys.
15 to 10?
Let's cut this short.
Natural 1.
Oh, fine.
Do you want a dice? I've got a couple.
I have a couple.
This one's blue. Haven't tried one of my kids yet. I can be
Oh,
proud of
that
that one.
one
He can
is
be a
pretty
little
Things,
jerk too.
things you can say in D&D and nowhere else.
Take one of my kids.
Take them.
You haven't tried this one yet.
Let's stop there.
Up first, Cholula. This is going to be another chase sequence. So you've got movement and an action.
Okay, and we're not starting with the D20, like, because we're not on rooftops, right? That was just to see if we
Correct.
come across something.
Correct.
Okay, yeah, I only saw Wolfert, right?
Correct.
I'm gonna run in his direction and just look for his, like, clothing that he was wearing.
Okay, yeah. You drop down from the carriage that you perched yourself to, hop down, and start taking off after him. You don't fully catch up, but you are gaining.
Can I
Because
actually...
he's not as fast as you.
Can I help Alma up? She fell down, didn't she?
Yeah, if you want to
fall
use
down.
if you want to use your action to help Alma get up, that would essentially negate your movement
That's great.
negativity.
Yeah, I'm gonna help her up and then move the...
Hell yeah. So yeah, because this is all happening simultaneously regardless, you help Alma to her feet and then make it 40 feet towards...
30, because the being shifted only lasts for 10 minutes.
Gotcha.
And I haven't had
It's
a
like-
rest.
Yeah, okay. So yeah, you make it 30 feet, keeping pace with Williford.
Okay.
That's going to be Silas.
I'm gonna shoot a look at Ollie, kind of knowingly, like they don't have the stone, and then just make my way to the other side of the cart to
Are you going
chase
over or behind?
I was gonna ask how high up the carriage is.
You're already like halfway. You're on it.
Yeah. Yeah, I'll just go like over the feathered cap guy. Just kind of like run across that little platform.
Yeah,
Okay.
make a quick
Okay.
athletics or acrobatics, your choice. Let me know which one you choose, though, for flavor.
Athletics.
Hell yeah.
Athleisure.
Because it's 22 if I choose athletics.
Hell yeah. Yeah, you whip yourself up with your upper body onto the little sitting portion of the carriage, run across the dude's lap, who just kind of like screams and doesn't know what the fuck is going on anymore. As you rush past, land on the other side, you see Cholula heading into a crowd. Alma is standing, having just been held up, and is about to take off that way as well.
I will action to dash if that's a thing.
Yes, absolutely. That essentially gets you caught up with Cholula.
Okay.
That's going to be Willie's turn. Willie is going to use his full movement, 30 feet, to push through people in the crowd. He's kind of like ducking, and as he's running, he's going to make a stealth check. Up next is Alma.
Okay. How far away? 'Cause he only used his movement.
Right. He got about 30 feet away from you from the start. It took him half of his movement to get out of the cart and then start running. Then he went another 30 feet, so he was about 60 feet away, and then he kind of disappears into the crowd.
Okay, I'd like to look around for him real quick.
Perception check.
Or I'm gonna use my movement to get as close as I can to where I last
Yeah.
saw him.
Yeah, that easily catches you up with Silas and Alma.
Perfect.
Cholula, sorry.
Within about 30 feet of
Yes.
where
yeah.
we last saw him. 16?
16. You are looking through the crowd. There's a lot of people who look perturbed. They've been like kind of pushed and knocked around by this person running through, but you can't make out where he went exactly. But you have a general direction.
I have a general direction. Do I have to see somebody in order to use my spirit whispers?
What does it say?
I don't know.
I think it's a creature you can see.
It only tells me, like, you can use the message spell.
Yeah. So, well,
That's someone you know, right?
sending is message. I think the wording is just that they have to be within range, and you have to have a general direction, which I have canonically said that you do.
I'm so sorry. It's not an ability that I got the spell for, so I don't have it in my listing.
That's fine.
A creature within range. I can cast it through solid objects, so in theory I don't need to see the person, right?
Can you read it to me?
You point your finger, except I don't have to do that because I don't have components for this spell.
Right.
Creature within range, 120 feet. Whisper a message. I don't do that. The target and only the target hears the message and can reply in a whisper that only you can hear. You can cast it through solid objects if you are familiar with the target and know it is beyond the barrier. Silence, stone, common, metal, sheet of lead.
Okay.
Wood.
Yeah, I will say that yes, you could send it to him because you don't need an exact location. You just need to be within range.
Okay. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to send a spirit whisper to him. The words really don't matter. I'm just trying to make him shit himself, really. I'm trying to freak him out enough that I can see whoever stops in this crowd for a second to
Okay.
figure out what happened.
Interesting.
So just your creepiest message.
Yeah, make
Some gurgles, maybe.
make an intimidation check. 10. Okay.
What?
That
Shoot.
what you did with your hands was about a 10 on an intimidation check. Come back.
I'm right behind you.
The message is delivered. You don't get any response back.
Mm-hmm. We'll probably see on his turn if it did anything. Okay.
That's your action?
Ooh. Talking to your party is a free action, right?
Yeah.
He has the stone. He has the stone in his pocket, in his coat.
Who?
Williford. But he doesn't look like him. His clothes should still be the same, but he
That's
looks
about all the time
different
you have.
Yeah.
Awesome. That's going to be Ollie's turn.
Cool. I was on the ground, so I'm still near the cart. I imagine half movement to get up.
Mm-hmm.
And
Oh,
then,
dang, you were on the ground too?
Yeah,
Oh,
she was on the
I
opposite.
didn't-
They both got knocked down on at the same time. As
You
they
didn't
just turned
save
out.
me.
I didn't know you had fallen. I
saved
I just Looney Tunes dust away from you.
You parkoured like a
Yeah.
You gave her a hard stare, and then you ran.
You let me know
I'm
not
the
to
Tom
chase the thing.
Cruise of this campaign, okay? just running for the sake
Running
of
at
running. Yeah.
Not at night.
They both broke themselves doing stunts anyway.
I know little devils don't have stones, so I'm gonna try to look to see if I can find party members. Were they
Yeah, at
within
this
crowd
point-
or?
Yeah, at this point, the cart has moved out of your vision, and out of your vision, and you'll see them across the way.
God. How far is he?
He's pretty far away.
Oh, crap.
One school right yesterday.
Holy shit.
Oh, I was doing like a weird Swedish thing. I don't know.
I immediately went back
Yeah,
Midwest.
I was
I'm sorry.
same.
Are you okay?
But yes, long story short, Ollie, you can see your party members.
Okay, dope. Then I'm gonna. That leaves me with 15 feet of movement. If I have the space to catch up with them, I'm just gonna catch up with them.
Okay, so yeah, action to dash, you can absolutely
Dope.
catch up with them. Awesome. That's going to bring us back to the top of the round. Cholula,
Oh, okay.
you see as this figure disappears into the crowd.
Yeah, I want to try to find him.
Yeah, make a perception check.
Perception.
I don't want to do that. It's not my turn.
Thank you for the reminder. Appreciate it. Thank you for almost reminding.
16.
16? Not bad.
Yeah.
But yeah, you're peering through the crowd, and you just see a sea of faces. None of them matching the familiar kind of light red skinned tiefling with crooked horns.
Do I get like a directional...
You know what direction he was headed in.
Okay, I'm just going to continue going that way.
Okay. Full movement, action to dash.
Yeah.
All right, Cholula gets another 60 feet into the crowd, and it is difficult to move through this way.
Uh-huh.
Brought to you by Carbog Breweries. I'm going to try and keep a lid on it.
Yeah.
Sorry, everybody.
Yeah, that one was graphic. that was gas to solid. That was weird.
Wet. You begin pushing your way through the crowd in the direction that you knew he was headed. That's going to be Cholula, Silas.
So I'm going to turn around to Alma, and I'm going to apologize. And then I'm going to look at Ollie. I'm going to throw you. No, I'm just like, clear a path, please. And then I'm going to just hoist you up onto my shoulders, like to see over the crowd.
Stop.
Yeah, make an athletics check. You find a chest.
Oh boy, that's one of those 25s.
Ooh.
Yeah, unless there's any resistance from Alma.
I mean, probably confusion, but other than that, no.
Yeah, it happens so fast you don't really have time to react. You just kind of like flex your core so that you don't fall over backwards.
She doesn't have a core.
As Silas lifts you up onto his shoulders, and
Hoping,
and you're holding an action to dash.
Essentially, yeah.
In case. Okay, yeah, I'll allow all of this. This sounds fun. That's going to be on Willie's turn. He does something. That's going to be Alma.
Now that I have a vantage point, do I see that coat? Do I see the coat?
Make a perception check with advantage. Now that you're
21.
above the crowd. 21.
Now that you're being Disney Worlded.
21. Peering through the crowd, you see a man with an oversized mustache that's curled at the ends that kind of goes out past his face, with slick back dark brown hair, wearing a butler's outfit that looks very familiar. And he's just kind of nonchalantly wandering through the crowd. Cholula's actually run past him already, and he's just kind of blending in.
Yep. With my action, how far are we? Fuck, how far are we?
He is only probably 50 feet away from you.
Okay, I'm just gonna point.
Cholula's like 10 feet past him.
I'm gonna point, and I'm gonna use my mage hand, the telekinesis feature, to pull him back 5 feet towards us.
Hell yeah, that's a strength check, correct?
Yes.
That's 12.
DC 14.
You guys see as a hefty bulk of crowd just goes, there's like this audible like, ah! Like all these different voices as one person is pulled and knocks a couple others down. Doesn't fall prone, right? Is just pulled this direction.
He's not prone. That's my bonus action.
Mm-hmm. Technically no bonus actions during this, but
Okay.
We'll allow it.
No, that's fine.
Oh,
If it's not combat, I'm good with that.
Okay.
I'm satisfied. He's been pointed the fuck out.
Yeah, absolutely. And Cholula, with all of your passive perceptions, nobody's below 12, and that's Alma at the lowest. You all notice as this person gets pulled, and you all like quickly, like everybody in the crowd head turns that direction, and you see a man in a butler's outfit, kind of like brushing himself off, looking around, confused. And that's going to be Ollie's turn.
Right. I don't really need to clear a path anymore because he's here now.
He's here. I will let you
Right.
guys know, this is a crowded area. I didn't mention this before because nobody's done anything offensive yet.
Yeah.
But if you make an attack roll and miss, you're going to hit an innocent person.
Mm-hmm.
Just so you guys are aware. It's a crowded area.
That's what I was thinking, so I won't do that thing that has a real big range.
Hey, I mean, if you hit, you hit.
No. I think I just sort of want to get up on him, and if I can just sort of like non-lethally with the mace, just give like a little bonk on the head.
Okay. Again, this applies to all rolls. So as you approach and are kind of like shoulder checking through people, you raise your mace up in the air as you're getting closer and go ahead and make your attack roll to bring it down on him with a non-lethal attack. Probably to like catch him on the shoulder.
Was it good?
No.
Oh.
5. It don't hit, does it? No.
Oh, it hits someone. As you're going and you're bringing the mace down, someone behind pushes back and bumps you, and your mace just swings wide and catches a younger human man, kind of an urchin-looking fellow, across the face. He spits out a tooth and falls to the ground. Go ahead and roll damage. This is non-lethal, you did specify. But also still technically assault.
When you put it like that, it sounds really bad.
Salt.
Thank God. 4 points damage.
4? Okay. Yeah, he doesn't fall unconscious immediately, but this commoner just takes a mace across the face and falls to the ground, and the audience like gasps all around and like back up, and Willifort doesn't actually have a chance. He's so caught off guard because he thought that was coming for him that he hasn't like moved back. He's kind of like wincing in place as the rest of the crowd opens, leaving Ollie, this injured person, and Willifort standing there. Is there anything else? That's your action to swing. You've still got some movement if you want to move at all.
So I'm just gonna like drop mace to the ground.
Okay.
And then very gently to the person I hit say, I can fix that in just a second if you'll hang on.
Make a persuasion check with disadvantage.
What?
I said I can fix it.
But she's being honest.
Oh, that's weird.
All right.
Same roll.
17. Wait,
17?
did you? Yeah, persuasion.
17. Okay. We'll see how he reacts here in a moment. That's going to be back to the top of the round. Cholula. You turn around and see all of this happening. Actually, as the crowd parts, they part to include you at the edge. So you're standing there watching Ollie, who just clocked some dude in the face. And then you see the butler uniform standing next to her, kind of like hands up, covering himself.
Okay, Cholula's going to look at the person that has been hit and do an, oh my goodness, and into the kind of grouping and try to sleight of hand take the stone out of his pocket.
Okay.
Very, very clever. Go ahead and make a sleight of hand check.
Make the sleight of hand check.
Okay, but I'm exhausted.
Yeah.
That's not 20. Let's see what this
What
other
is
one
this?
is. I don't know.
Only on disadvantage do you get that 20.
The past 3 weeks, I haven't been able to roll over like 12.
It's a double digit. That's all I can see with those dice.
22.
Whew!
22. You reach into the pocket on one side and it's empty. But quickly, he's like being very quick, and you're just like motioning like to get around Willifort to get to the man on the ground. You slip the other hand in the other side. It's also empty.
Oh.
Make a perception check with disadvantage.
5.
5? Yeah, there's no stone in his pockets, but as you do this feint and then go to the man on the ground, who's bleeding and very confused, yeah, that's what happens on your turn. Silas. You see Cholula come over, make a perception check. Still with Alma on your shoulders.
Just up there. I'm an
10.
adult. I'm a grown up.
10. Yeah, you don't even catch Cholula checking the pockets. You just see her go down to this man who's been injured, and you're like, that's weird. What would you like to do on your turn? Williford is still standing there cowering.
I'm gonna kind of like drop like Alma, like not like throw her, but kind of like let her.
Yeah, well, say you like
slide.
kneel and yeah.
And I'm going to run up and grapple the old dude.
Okay, make an athletics check.
Let's see, you like the fight stuff. The little one likes the little perception stuff.
Oh, they have personalities now?
I think so.
DC is 17.
17.
17 meets it, beats it. Yeah, you get him. He's like, at this point, like struggling, but you manage to grapple him and he can't move from this position. And you just hear him saying, unhand me, you vile fiend.
I'm gonna look up at Alma. This is him.
It is him, right?
It's the same clothes.
Do I know what a doppelganger is?
Make a history check.
I feel like someone, like Felspa said something a couple sessions ago about them being a scourge.
Oh yeah, she asked you if you were one.
Yeah.
Make this with advantage.
With advantage? Well, let me see. Well, I mean, it was cocked, but when I put it on there, it settled. Okay. Because that's a nat 20. The edges of these things, and that's not a nat 20. It's a nat 20.
Yeah. Yeah, you're aware of doppelgangers. The detective accused you of being one, and was trying to get to the bottom of that. You're aware of them, and you're also aware that they can't change the clothing that they're wearing.
Well, I'm going to scream that to the crowd.
All right, make a persuasion check.
It's a lot of checks. This is not going to be great here. I should have used the tiny guy. This isn't going to count, but I just want to see if I'm right. That's a 7 to start. Yeah, that's a... Okay, cool. The other one would have been an 18. This is a fight dice. This is a look around dice.
Yeah, you call this out as you're like struggling with this guy who's like trying to get free. That's Silas's turn. That's Willie's turn. He is going to attempt to break the grapple. So I need you to make another athletics check.
22.
14. Yeah, he can't.
Athletics, man.
He
Just
can't
keep me there.
He like manages to wrestle one arm out of your grip, but then you like catch him around the way so that it's just like a free dangly arm that he can't really do it much with. But you notice him like reaching into his pocket, and you just hear him saying under his breath, "Fuck, shit," and like he goes from trying to escape your grapple to like his eyes are darting around the crowd. That's going to be Alma. You've been placed onto the ground. Silas is now grappling who you know to be Willifort.
Did I see Cholula reach into both pockets and come up
Make
empty?
a perception check.
I didn't. It is a 6.
Too sneaky.
Too sneaky for me.
Oh, and we'll say after Willifort, this man on the ground looks up, missing a couple of teeth on this side and blood pouring down. He looks up at you all and he's like, "All right, we'll make it better then."
I'm gonna go ahead and kneel down because y'all are on the ground, right?
Not on the ground. You're like standing, and it's like
Okay.
they're
Okay.
He's
Well, I'm
holding
gonna
him in
get
place.
on homeboy's level.
for sure.
Hey there. I think you remember us, right? We were guests of yours once. If you are,
I recall.
you claim to be. Yeah, we really like what you took. Now, actually, and I'm gonna, with my action, send my spirit whispers into his brain, just kind of constantly whispering.
Yeah, make an intimidation check with advantage.
Constantly whispering. 21.
21. He seems... It seems like he didn't even really catch the first part of what you were saying, and then he starts hearing these whispers and is very perturbed. And then looking across the crowd, his one free arm, he points and he says, "You little shit! You give that back!" That's Alma's turn, correct?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Ollie. Make it better then!
Did I hear any of what just happened? The pointing and
Yeah,
okay.
there's a lot going on, but you're aware of all of it.
Okay. Do I see what he is pointing at?
Make a perception check with advantage.
Good, that's true.
And then I know who it is.
Judas.
Yeah.
How dare you?
Judas, no.
It's kind of up and down for me too, honestly.
Rude.
11.
11. Easy enough because he is pointing.
Okay.
You turn and you see just behind a couple of people in the crowd a young girl with kind of a lighter olive skin, disheveled clothing, very worn, holding in her hand a small kind of grayish egg-shaped stone. And she looks up at him accusing her, and she goes and turns and starts running.
No! Everybody stop running today! I'm tired.
Her movement speed better be like 10.
Age, movement, yeah. Ollie, it's still your turn. You've got your full movement and action.
Yeah, I'm going to... There's so much running this episode.
Yeah.
I don't know if you guys saw the title. The title of this episode is Chasing Towards Wealth.
Oh.
Oh, you little...
Ain't I a stinker?
Yes.
You are.
It's racing.
You have to say that. So I'm going to just very gently mush his face and cure wounds.
Yeah, like helping yourself up from a knee. He's just like, oh.
Oh, that's nice.
Yeah, go ahead and roll.
14.
Yeah. He fully heals as you help yourself up. You do a little bit more like bludgeoning damage as you're lifting yourself off of him, but that also heals as you stand. And for a second, he's like, huh? It's better, but... And he like opens his mouth and it's fully healed, but his teeth are still gone.
That's good.
Collect them.
Oh my god.
I'm going to
I love her.
run after the child.
Hell yeah. Ollie takes off out of the crowd. That's Ollie's turn back to the top of the round. Cholula.
Yeah, as soon as he points and says, "Give that back," Cholula's face like shoots up towards the girl, and I also am going to pursue.
Yeah. Hell yeah. Cholula, you take off behind Ollie. Silas.
We're chasing love. Get on the chase train. Do it.
Yeah, can I, like, essentially just throw him to the ground? Just, like, aside, and then start running?
Yeah, make another athletics check.
Okay.
This will be opposed. DC 9.
That's cool, it's 13.
Yeah, he just like, behind you and kind of like rolls along the ground into the crowd. Make a perception check. It's easy enough to follow Cholula and Ollie, but just a quick perception check as you're running
I
away.
rolled the big one again. That's a 7.
7.
I am going to look back at, like, while I'm running and point, like, he is a doppelganger, though. And I'll just keep
Yeah,
running.
you do so, and the crowd around you becomes a blur of just muffled voices all blending together as you follow behind. That's going to be Williford's turn. As he begins standing up, make a quick roll.
Punch him. No, I'm kidding. That's just 1 point.
Williford pulls himself up off the ground. He's like, oh, and then you see 4 people step out from the crowd and surround him on all sides. And one of them's like pulling up his sleeves. She's like, doppelganger, right? Sure say change then. And they're starting a street fight.
Whoops.
That's gonna be Alma's turn.
No.
Convenient. And I'm gonna take off running. How far is that little girl? I'm spell-based. I need distances at every moment of my life.
She is maybe once you catch up with your friends after 15 feet of movement, because you were already on the outside of the circle, but Silas set you down. She's maybe 50 feet away from you.
So it'd be 45 if I went 15 more.
35.
And-
Wait, what?
50 feet away. Oh yeah, it would be 35.
50 minus 15 is 35.
won't do that.
Yes. Yes.
I don't go here.
Yeah, you'd be 35 feet away.
Yikes. Why is everybody so fast, Cameron? Cameron Holt! Why are they so fast?
She's a child.
I've been a child. I guess I'm gonna use my action to dash.
Okay. You get
So I'm
5 feet behind her.
behind.
Yes.
And that's all I can do.
How close were we?
That's not all I can do. I have a bonus action.
No, you don't during a chase.
God damn it. Jesus, you do that.
Yes.
I think that's what
Sometimes I do.
I hate when you do things sometimes.
Yeah, because like otherwise Cholula would just be using her bonus action to dash and be going
I know.
120
I
feet
know.
every round, and it
We've been
wouldn't be
out
I
fair.
can do that.
Yeah.
Yeah, I realized I could
hours
spend
now.
a key point and do that too.
As a bonus action, you
Yeah.
could, but it's a chase. It's fair.
Yeah.
My brain hurts. I feel like I'm dying.
Ollie.
How close am I to child?
So almost 5 feet behind. You are about 45 feet behind, at the same rate as Cholula and Silas.
Right. Then action to dash. I'm gonna call out to her, hey, I'll trade you that rock for all the money in my pocket. All of it.
Make a persuasion check.
Sorry, you did the eyes like you were about to say with advantage. So
Those advantage eyes that you do.
Vantage.
Somebody at this table has to roll better than 5 today.
I'm casting magic.
I've had so many nat 20s while I'm rolling disadvantage.
Oh, I meant like these two people right here. One of us has to do something good.
6.
I hope she's a stupid
that's cocked.
child.
Okay.
Idiot.
Stop insulting the child I'm trying to bribe.
Make a quick perception check.
That's cocked. No, it's not.
Yeah, those little corners. They
It
got
is.
me twice
If
this,
the D4 fell off.
this
Okay.
time.
I was like, I don't know what that means. And the D4 didn't stay. 13.
13. She turns and you say this and she puts it behind her back, and as she's looking up at you and you say this, she gives the look like she's considering it, and from either side you see a short pudgy boy
No.
and a young tiefling boy with
I'm going to scream.
with light gray skin and just like little baby horns protruding from his forehead,
Do you think
and
I
he's actually got an eye
look
patch as
I
well.
was like, no, because I was that short, pudgy boy.
They
I
run-
know what's happening.
They run up and pass behind her and split off in two directions.
Stop!
All right.
And she turns and starts running as well, and you see as she turns around, there's nothing in her hand.
Of course. Which annoying child seems to now have a thing in their hand?
On your next turn, you can make another perception check. Back at the top of the round, Cholula, you also see all of this happening.
Mm-hmm.
What would you like to do?
I'm gonna say you take one, I'll take the other. And I'm gonna go after the one that went to my left, I guess.
Okay, so yeah, you go after the tiefling boy.
Yeah.
Wonderful. And Ollie, you start heading off after the pudgy one?
I want the little pudgy one.
Hell yeah. Little human child. All right. So, for the sake of brevity, Silas, which way are you going?
I'll go for the tiefling kid on the left.
And I guess I'll do the same too on each one.
Okay, so Ollie and Alma, Cholula and Silas together. You guys split, and you are chasing these children who are surprisingly fast, and they know these streets. They're ducking into alleys, and as they do, they'll pull loose pallets down behind them, blocking the way. And it's just enough to keep all of you off of their trails as they're running. And eventually you turn a corner, and you're facing each other. Cholula and Silas, and Ollie and Alma. I was looking this way, but said Cholula for some reason. Cholula and Silas, Ollie and Alma. You're at opposite ends of an alleyway. No other exits that you can see, except for a manhole cover that's just slightly off kilter.
Going in.
I kick that shit off and jump in.
Absolutely. You kick the shit out of it, and you all leap down into the sewers. As you do, leaping down, the summer heat has really done a number on the smell of the sewers. It is horrible down here. You all get the sense that if you don't have some way of like perfuming or covering your mouth, you might be sick.
I'm gonna use that purple morning veil that I got to cover my mouth.
Perfect. Hell yeah, from Pete's General Goods.
Mm-hmm.
I'm
No,
gonna take an arm out of my jacket and just kind of like hold it over my face.
Okay.
I have the hat of disguise. Can I just like shove my face into it?
We'll say you use the brim because it's a pretty wide brim when
Yeah.
it's not being disguised. Sorry, I'm going through some things. Ollie, what would you like to do?
Sorry, for some reason my shield and armor weren't equipped for a second. And, I realized that whole fight, man, you could have just thrown anything at me. It would have wrecked me.
4.
Ollie has no items in her hand, so honestly, it's...
She has her like tapestry thing.
Yeah, I was like, she's gonna just rip it off the
Yeah,
bottom
yeah.
and just cover her face.
Rip and cover? All right. You all protect your senses as you delve down a short 10-foot ladder into the sewers and are just trudging through waste and excrement.
Do we hear any little
Shits?
footsteps?
Make perception
The
checks.
pitter patter of shitter patter.
We're pretty much we're going out of chase and into exploration at this point, essentially. Just so you guys are
Our
aware.
tiny dice is coming back. You said perception.
That's a 5.
19.
13.
Dirty 20.
Dirty 20. Silas and Ollie. As you guys are trekking the sewer, Silas, you can't really see anything because it is pitch black down here. But Ollie, you see a door to the left. It was sound-based, so you wouldn't have disadvantage. You see a door on your left, an iron door. Silas, you can just faintly hear the sound of muffled children's voices. Alma, you also hear the faint, muffled sound of children's voices, and for a moment it terrifies you, but then you realize that it's probably actual children.
Oh, good.
Living children.
Said no one to the sound of children's voices.
I'm going to peek into that door if I can.
Mm-hmm. The door is unlocked. Peeking in, you see it's kind of a small stone hallway, a little bit of loose stone scattered on the floor, just little pebbles. But peeking in, you hear the voices a little bit louder.
And it definitely sounds... I don't know. I guess I didn't hear them.
It looks like it opens up more to the right, but you're looking at kind of like a hallway that then opens and the left keeps going to a wall at the back.
Then I'll, as quietly as possible, try to walk in and see if I can like, catch an eye on them. Do I see them anywhere?
As you're stepping into the room, are you all following?
Yeah, I'm kind of feeling around for the door.
I'm gonna try to
I
be
can hand you
sneaky.
a torch.
Yeah, everybody make a stealth check. And I will say, as you're trying to be quiet and you're all sneaking in, you hear a little girl scream, which I'm not going to replicate for the sake of all of you at home.
And stream director Robbie's.
Yeah, poor headphoned ears.
We will simulate this by the sound of a revving engine here in a couple.
Yeah, that's what it sounds like.
That's
When a child
very funny with
screams.
your mustache, because your mustache.
Dirty 20.
17.
15.
11.
Wonderful. You enter very quietly. It's a big iron door, but you manage to quietly close it, Cholula taking charge of that and latching it behind you, when suddenly you all hear this scream.
Where's it
Do we
coming
see
from?
anything?
Currently, Silas sees absolutely nothing, and the rest of you see this hallway that you're standing in as you've just closed the door. Do you make your way further in?
Yeah.
I'm gonna.
All right.
Like left hand on a person, right hand on a wall.
Yeah, I'm gonna
kind of
hand
thing.
Silas like my cape,
I'm gonna rush in.
like that is attached to me, not just
Yeah.
here's this.
Yeah, I give him a thing to hold. Make yourself useful.
Have comfort.
Who gave me that?
Yeah, Alma hands you her cloak so that you can trail behind. Cholula, you rush in.
Mm-hmm.
As you do, you bump into the same little girl from before who is breathing heavily and is shortly followed thereafter. You see this kind of opens up into a smaller room where it looks like a portion of the wall has collapsed long ago and been cleared of rubble that leads into another chamber a little bit further down. She rushes into you, and I'm not going to do it because I don't know how and I don't want to be offensive, but she begins motioning her hands, and as she does, the small pudgy boy steps forward and he's like, she says that thing is alive. We dropped it and ran. It tried to speak to her.
Where is it? Are y'all alright?
He looks around. She motions that she's all right. The tiefling boy is like, I wasn't scared. It's
Sure
just
you
like,
weren't.
Was he?
absolutely. No role required. He's a child and he's afraid.
By the time I was his age, I wasn't scared of demons and ghosts.
Sure.
I raised you wrong then.
That's true.
She dropped it just in this room over here. We can take you to it.
Are they
That would be
fucking with us?
Make an insight check.
Yeah.
These are the children we are talking to, the same ones that we chased, right?
Well,
14?
I am, yeah.
Mhm.
I don't know if you guys have come into the room yet.
They're the same ones. Yeah. The rest of you, I would say, enter slowly behind Cholula, who was rushing.
That one.
That one,
14.
hard to tell, Ollie.
I didn't roll it. I'm blind. I can't
You can
tell
hear.
by voice, I guess. Yeah, I'm not sure.
It'll be disadvantage, we'll say.
Okay.
I have disadvantage too.
Mm-hmm.
So I got a 3 on insight.
Yeah, Cholula, like your hair has fully fallen out of being held up at this point. You're just disheveled and tired, out of breath and exhausted.
13. It
13.
was almost a 19. Natural.
They seem genuinely startled. You can hear their voices quavering, and even the one who says that he's not scared is clearly very afraid.
It's fine. That's why we wanted it, because we knew we could handle it.
Why don't you just show us where it is?
Follow us. It's right through here.
I'm going to very cautiously follow the children.
All right. They lead you into the next room, where it's, again, just kind of a big empty stone chamber. You can see those of you with dark vision can see some chalk drawings on the walls. Seems like they've kind of made this their own little like hangout spot. And the girl silently raises a finger and points at the floor, and you see the stone, and it's kind of sitting off a little bit to the left in the room underneath a wooden rocking chair, and the young human boy, he also points and he's like, where did that rocking chair come from? And he looks at the two others and they like look very spooked and take a couple of steps back.
Are there ghosts here?
Make a perception check.
I'm going to pick up the stone and put it in my pouch.
Okay. 1 second.
21.
21. You can definitely hear whispers. You could hear whispers kind of almost like they were flowing along the sewage as you were making your way through. And there are a couple of low voices in this room. Nothing coming directly from the chair, though. Cholula, you step forward and you reach down to grab the chair, and as you do...
No, the stone.
Yeah, right. Sorry. You reach down to grab the stone, and as you do, one of the legs of the chair just kind of warps, and it whips out at you. I need all of you to roll initiative.
Okay. This is a marathon of a session.
Does the rocking chair fucking run away?
And just for the sake of
Yeah, just chase a rocking chair.
Ignore all these blood stains. But, and the pentagram.
I'm gonna be stuck.
Avoid having to build another.
I'm gonna be stuck on Poop Ghost for a year, guys. Poop Ghost? Poop Ghost.
Poop Ghost. Hey there, how's it going? My name's Poop Ghost.
They call me Poop Ghost.
They call me Poop Ghost.
On account of, I don't know.
On account of I'm a piece of shit.
On account of having a piece of shit and I died yesterday. They call me Poop Ghost.
Remember like 2 seconds ago when you were like, I don't want to make a gesture because I think that would be weird. But they're just talking about poops and ghosts.
This session has made me feel.
when you guys
I
vamp.
feel delirious. Is there less oxygen in here than normal?
Cholula, you do grab the stone.
Mm-hmm.
Forgive me, I don't have the actual thing, so I'm going to use this chest as a stand-in for the rocking chair.
Okay.
Oh, you don't happen to have a rocking chair on hand
Roll up,
right
Cameron.
Actually, you know what?
now? Oh,
Fuck
fuck.
all of y'all.
You have like 1,000 chairs.
Yeah, I do.
over there.
We're gonna fight this chair.
I'm gonna be so mad if that's not a rocking chair. Oh, it's just a regular chair.
Worst DM.
Fuck off.
Maniac. How are we supposed to suspend?
Let me spell this forward.
Can't role play under these conditions.
Oh, buddy. Whoa.
Yeah, if you guys want to handle that.
Whoa.
I can't reach from here anymore.
Was that in focus?
Yeah.
Hey.
All right. Let's get some more appropriate music going. Anybody 25 to 20?
21?
19, 20, 21.
Nice.
I know. It's the highest initiative I've ever rolled.
Yeah.
Ever.
20 to
Right?
15.
19.
19 for Cholula.
17. I should be behind Elmo. Unless there's light in this room.
Oh, yeah.
I'm just pulling a key.
I mean, even so, we would have walked in and then.
Ooh,
I had a 14.
not bad at all. I should roll for a chair. Okay.
He's a doppelganger.
The chair?
He just got naked and just like broke his bones.
This will be interesting. Alma, you're up first.
Yeah, that's a weird time. It's dark in here.
It is, yeah, pitch black in here.
Great. I'm just gonna reach out my hand and grab that shadow blade back out.
Hell yeah.
And I'm going to get up on the other side of this chair
Okay.
and try to cut it away from Cholula.
Do you want to flank?
Yeah.
Hell
Although I
yeah.
guess I don't have to. I already.
Oh
have
yeah,
advantage, but-
first things first. There is a quick surprise round
Oh,
from the chair.
Oh, surprise.
chair.
It's a chair.
A chair.
a chair.
Should have been like 3 vines that we
Seven.
Just beat him to the
Seven
ground.
doesn't hit, does it?
No.
Yeah. So it whips out at you with this portion of itself, and as you see it coming, just as you grab the stone, you grab it and tuck out of the way as this weird pseudopod just like whips in front of your face. Alma, go ahead and make your attack.
Okay, 17 plus 6, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 24.
24 hits. Go ahead and roll damage.
24 slaps.
I don't. I'll figure that out in a moment. Boom. That is 7 points of damage.
Okay. not
Psychic
bad.
damage. And then I'm just gonna go ahead and like, just in case this is useful to him figuring out where everything is happening, I'm gonna give like a long whistle for Silas's benefit to see if he can at least find us by
Okay.
sound.
Interesting. I like that. Hell yeah. That's going to be Cholula.
I'm going to. I've already put the stone in my little.
Yeah, you've got the
Pouch,
stone in
right?
hand. You put it in your pouch.
Yeah, I'm gonna grab my cleaver and give him the chop.
Hell yeah. Go ahead and make an attack roll with advantage.
Yes. 26.
26. 26 hits. Go ahead and roll damage, and you can add your sneak attack.
Uh-oh.
Flavors taste.
That's going to be my reaction to every time you have to roll
Uh-oh.
I
damage.
think that chair is done for.
Uh-oh.
I hope so.
Okay, so
9 points of damage.
All right. Hell yeah. Yeah, and as you slash at it, you cut across the seat portion of the chair, and as you do, the kind of like rocking legs invert and lift it up, and the seat portion at the frontmost part of the chair just kind of like cracks as wood splinters, and it opens like a mouth and just lets out this little
horrifying.
and this long like nasty tongue drops out of it. That's your action. You've got
Yeah.
bonus action and movement if you'd like to do anything with those.
Yeah, I'm just gonna move back kind of at a diagonal.
You want to move away from it?
Yeah.
Okay. It will get.
I hit it so it doesn't
Right,
get
because you're a
too
swashbuckler now.
Yeah. Beautiful.
Hell yeah. So yeah, you move away.
Fancy footwork.
Yeah, you use your fancy footwork, kind of like jumping side to side, very cat-like and feline. As you step back, it does try to whip out at you, but doesn't hit anything. Hell yeah. That's going to be Silas. You hear a loud whistle.
And some clanging
Yeah.
and a hiss. This is a good time. There's either a train in here, or there's a very strange fight happening. I was going to ask you, this could be a conversation, the thing I described earlier, does that emit light by any means?
No.
Okay.
Not unless it's listed in the ability that it does so, which I don't think it does.
They try to dissuade you from flavoring it the same way they do in the book.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't think they... Yeah, do that. Okay. I'm going to cautiously move forward.
Okay. And you do get a direction from the whistle.
Yeah.
How far are you going to go?
Until I get, like, if I can sense Cholula near me, I guess.
That would be like here.
Yeah, I'll take one to be beside her.
Okay.
And then I'm going to kind of, like, look where my hands would be, and then my, like, younger, like, astral self would kind of come out of that a bit forward of me and just kind of stand in front of me.
Hell yeah. I like that. The rest of you see this as, because you all had dark vision, as this strange... It's like a very, very soft glow, just enough to show up in the darkness but not give off any light, really. Kind of like a lighter does, where it's like you're not really doing anything. Not a lot of lumens. But you see this kind of younger version of Silas that steps out in front of him and stands there. And it's translucent.
Yeah, not like a ghostly form, but made up of 1,000 wires. Kind of like, it looks like neural networks making up the shape of a younger person.
Yeah.
And if that thing could make a dex save.
Yeah, absolutely. 16.
That saves.
All right. What happens?
If anything within the reach of that spectral self would do some force damage. If
Oh,
it
interesting.
doesn't save.
Hell yeah. Yeah, so there's this kind of like pulse of that you can't really see, but you can feel that emanates from this visage as it stands there before Silas.
So it gets like bright towards the middle and then kind of fades.
Hell yeah.
Towards the
That's gonna be Ollie.
Yeah. Alrighty. I'm gonna cast Inflict Wounds on that guy.
All right.
That is a touch spell. Yes. I think I got the movement.
Absolutely. It's
Just
15 feet
battle
away. Yeah.
And I'm just gonna do that at first level. So it's
All right.
3d10.
Go ahead and make your attack.
3d10 at first level. Clerics are beastly.
18 to hit.
18 hits. Go ahead and roll damage.
Okay, 3d10.
Oh boy.
Okay. Here comes the math. 20 points of damage.
Ooh. Hell
Slap.
yeah. You slap down on the top of the chair, and as you do, that same kind of golden lightning rockets out from the sides of the seat, and you go to pull your hand back in. It's stuck.
Could I see briefly?
You just see like a flash. It's less helpful than helpful. It's like being in a dark room and someone takes a picture of you, and you're just like, ah!
One of the lower rungs of my fears, by the way.
Having a photo taken in a dark room.
Just a flash that resembles a camera in a pitch black room.
Oh,
That's fair.
fun.
Yeah, I feel that.
Lots of implications, you know.
Yeah. Ollie, anything else you want to do?
And all you have is this sheet.
Do I recognize why my hand is stuck? Do I seem familiar in any way?
I would say no. I don't think you have any real experience, but it's something to do with this, whatever this chair's deal is.
Do I know if it seems like magical in nature or if it's just
It seems physical.
cool?
You're physically adhered.
Cool. All right. I'm guessing I can't move because.
You're technically grappled.
All right. Then I'm gonna vibe here.
All right. That's going to be the Mimic's turn. It is going to... it's going to make an attempt to bite you, Ollie. Since you're right up in his biz and attached to him. 17 to hit?
Yeah, that'll do it.
Alright. You take 11 points of piercing damage.
Chair.
As well as 2 points of... Oh, sorry, I rolled the wrong thing. As well as 5 points of acid damage, as it's just nasty wooden, toothy mouth whips out, not at the hand that's stuck to it, but it does like move that hand forward as it reaches out and kind of grabs onto your thigh and just doesn't take a chunk out of it, but bites down, pierces it, and its acidic saliva just starts to burn at your leg.
Gross. Okay.
And that's all it's got. That's going to be top of the round. Alma.
I'm gonna try some shenanigans real quick. I'm
Absolutely.
gonna try and stab the shadow blade into the chair so it's stuck where it is.
Okay.
Would that still just be an attack roll? Or would that be a grapple of my own, but without my hands?
I'm going to say, just because off the top of my head I can't remember if that's like a fighter battle master feature, I will allow it. I'm going to have you make... This is going to be a series of checks. I'm going to have you make an attack roll first to see if you hit. And then if you do, we'll have you essentially make an athletics check to try and pierce it in place.
Okay. That is 14?
14 hits.
Okay.
So roll damage first.
Okay. 8.
8 points of damage. All right. And make an athletics check.
I'm so afraid. An athletics check.
Mm-hmm.
That was worse.
That's a 1.
Natural 1. You pierce down and you deal the psychic damage, correct?
Mm-hmm.
You deal the psychic damage to the creature, but as you attempt to like stick it in place, it shifts, and you get the sense that this shadow blade is not a physical form.
Okay.
It's more that it's not like you're physically slashing at something. It's that when it impacts with something, it causes the idea of pain in their mind. But it is not a physical object, so it can't pierce the item down.
Okay, then I'm still going to try and go ahead with my bonus action. I'm going to attempt to use my telekinesis to shove Ollie off of this chair.
Okay.
And hopefully she doesn't just take the chair with her.
Yeah. Ollie, do you want to...
Can I shout? Can I just say, like, don't be concerned, just trying to give you a hand over here?
Sure. Ollie, you can interpret that as you will. Do you think you would resist?
Nah.
Okay. So, yeah, willing fail. Ollie is ripped from her position no longer stuck.
Mm-hmm.
To the
Push back
creature,
5
which, yeah, back 5 feet. Boom. You're there in a line. Hell yeah. Do you want to move at all?
No, because then it gets an attack of opportunity.
Okay, good call. That was Alma's turn. That's going to be Cholula.
I'm gonna jump back up there and try to give it another chop.
Hell yeah, go for it.
That's not 20.
Fuck yeah, dude.
You crit it.
This is with your cleaver, correct?
Yes.
Yeah, so go ahead and roll 2d6, double that, and then add your dexterity modifier.
Okay.
Is this not a sneaky thing?
The 2d6, one of those
Okay.
is sneak attack.
Okay.
Right? Because you're not at 2d6 yet. At level 3, are you?
No, I don't.
I think that's level
so.
5.
So I double that and then add my dex to it.
Mm-hmm.
So that's 21 points damage.
21. How do you destroy the rocking chair?
That's copyrighted.
No.
How do you destroy the rocking chair?
They say it all the time.
That's really specific.
They canonically
Is that
can't fuck
House
with
Hunters?
chairs.
As soon as I see that Ollie is no longer attached and pushed back, she kind of Cholula does sort of like a duck for no reason. Like a duck and roll up 5 feet and then just like hops up and then comes down.
Hell yeah. And yeah, as you bring it down, you just wood splinters and acidic blood splash
She
everywhere.
does kind of a while she does it too.
Hell yeah.
It's all good. It's all good.
What's happening?
As it just falls into 2 pieces that then like turn into this weird almost sludge, but like it's all held together. It's like a giant leech kind of
Gross.
visage.
Does
like
it seem like it's still dangerous?
No, it's dead.
Okay.
I'm gonna
just
go
like
ahead
Fully
and
dead.
light a torch real fast.
Yeah,
Hand
on
it
the
over to Silas.
lights a torch. You see the room that you're in for the first time, Silas. There's children's drawings on the walls. They're standing fully in the other room. Actually, you don't see them anymore. They've taken off.
Yeah.
And
I hope so.
Yeah. I think in that time period, turning around.
You're like facing the wrong
I
way.
Oh.
You got the stone,
did you roll
right?
1 at some point?
No. You guys are good.
I did.
Got it. We did it.
We got it. But I got a feeling that Castellant is gonna find out and be after us.
I think after what just happened topside, a lot of people are gonna be after us.
Yeah.
I fixed his tooth. Well, I didn't. I fixed his mouth.
We weren't very subtle.
I didn't use any magic. Visible magic? Not out there. Not on the street. Like down here for sure, absolutely.
I used darkness with a that was subtle spell though. So I think I'm good.
I think we're okay.
I think I'm good. But we
You
did
did
cause
the mage hand where you pulled Wilford back.
that's invisible.
Okay.
And I don't do anything to make it happen. So
We're probably good other than this
we
physical
just made
assault.
a lot of ruckus. Yeah.
Yeah,
But
I
who
fixed
doesn't?
it.
Who doesn't cause some ruckus?
And maybe the street fight that happened afterwards might have distracted, but I still think that Wilford is probably gonna make it and get back to Castellanta that we know something.
We should probably lay low, figure out what we're gonna do
I
now
need
that we have
a
this. Yeah, I think all of us maybe need a little bit of a lie down.
To be honest, yeah. Who looks the scrappiest?
Like,
Who took the most damage? It's just me. Do I look the roughest here?
You guys can meta this a little bit if you want to.
I'm full.
I have 17 out of 19.
Silas, how many hit points do you have?
I just have a
full
point of
27.
exhaustion.
Cool. Rad. Dope.
Take care of yourself.
Where are those kids?
Can I hear them?
Make a perception check.
15?
15. You don't hear any living children. You get the sense that they probably, once the chair came to life and started attacking people, they got the fuck out of here.
Yeah.
I don't hear any living children.
Oh, that's a strange thing to say.
Disturbing.
Escherl having this conversation.
Oh no. Oh god. Let us rest.
Ollie and Cholula, you both... everyone's shadows are kind of like dancing in the room from the torchlight that Silas holds. But you notice that there's one in particular that is moving wildly. You notice that drawn out long behind Silas holding this torch, it's almost as if his shadow is like on its knees pleading, like it's trying to get your attention. It's making these strange... He seems fully unaware, standing there holding this torch and looking at all of you and nodding along to the conversation.
This, right?
Only Alma and... only Ollie and Cholula notice this. And it's like trying to get your attention and like pleading and making all these motions, and it's like it's screaming and walking back and forth, and it's strange. It's like it could be a trick of the torch in the way that... Because like your shadows are all moving too, because the way the fire flickers. But there's intelligent movement to this.
I hope the kids, we haven't ruined their
Silas.
hideout.
What
Yes?
Take a step to your right.
Right.
Does the shadow move, or does it
It's
still
it like
continues to?
it's strange. It like reaches, like it's grabbing the ground that it's a part of, like it's trying to stay, but it's being dragged as he moves.
Silas, your shadow.
I immediately turn around.
Yeah,
completely.
you turn around and you look, and all of you see it's just his shadow. It's not like it was like a trick of the eyes. It stops when he looks at it.
Okay, it stopped, but trust me, it was like it was moving like pleading and but as soon as you looked at it, it stopped.
I believe you.
Can you look away from it?
Sure. And I'll just kind of turn around and put the torch like in front of me intentionally.
Yeah, as you do, it goes back to making these motions, and as it's wildly flinging its arms about, you see as it passes over a little stack of like pebble and rebels in the corner, some of the pebbles move.
What happens if I plunge the shadow blade into it?
Why were you trying to kill your dad?
His
What shadow
shadow.
for?
Are you like undoing the spell? Are you dropping the spell?
Yeah, I'll essentially...
Yeah.
Here's your fucking sword back,
Alma
get
walks
your shit
over and just
together.
like drops her shadow blade into the shadow, which kind of like shudders for a moment before going back to what Silas is doing, even when he's not looking.
Oh.
Okay, now what does that mean?
I don't know, but I
What?
thought it might work.
Happened?
She put a blade sort of thing into your shadow, and then it started acting like a regular shadow again. Like, was it missing its sword? Is that?
A light
I
sort
think
of like
we should
walks.
take a nap.
I'm only an expert on ghost stuff. The shadow stuff is new.
Yeah, we could
Oh.
we could sleep in a well lit room.
I think
That would be
perhaps
nice,
maybe
yes.
we could all maybe share a place to sleep this evening.
Honestly, in
and
case
maybe
of ambush, that's probably
take some
a good idea.
watches, because Castellanta knows all the ins and outs of our place.
We should probably let some of our staff know that we might have some...
Or we could go stay at the portal for a night. I can buy the rooms.
We should maybe still send a
Far-
bird just in case.
Far too public. The portal.
Durnan could probably slip us in through the back. I could message him from outside.
He said not to do that.
He did
ever
say
again.
not to
Yeah,
do
but what
that.
if we followed up with a lot of money?
Oh, your messages. We could. No, absolutely not. He explicitly said don't do that again.
Well, yeah, but
I
lots
think-
of people say that. You guys said that, and you still don't. You don't hit me when I send them. So
I think the portal is
sometimes
in
it's necessary.
a different area of Waterdeep than the disturbances today, and Castellanta's never. He's never at the Yawning Portal, is he? He kind of stays.
I do
You've never
wonder
seen him there.
though.
I've never seen him at the Yawning Portal. We could probably lie low there.
I do just wonder if maybe it's best for us to be in our own tavern in case somebody decides to try to burn it down.
That's true. Well, at the very least, I think we should
Stick
sort
together.
of stick together, keep watch on.
No birds being sent. Nothing like that. We can't tell anyone that we have this, right?
I can tell. I got that bird from Renee earlier. I can ask him to meet us.
Wait, hold on. What? We're smart.
Intelligence is not a dumb stat at this table.
He says he's planning to come to
You could argue that was wisdom.
Feast and Fountain tomorrow, so I could ask
We
him
can
to
hold
come
out.
tonight.
It might be suspicious if we start having company over tonight.
That's true.
Yeah.
So we'll pretend everything's fine, and we'll meet with Renee
fine.
tomorrow.
Maybe we leave here, we try to all look a little dejected and fucked up.
Maybe we can get back to Feast and Fountain through the sewers.
Could we not be in the dark, maybe, for this discussion? That would be preferred.
Oh,
It is nighttime outside.
It's different down here.
We can just be sneaky topside.
Alright.
Okay. I'll do my best.
I guess we're gonna go be sneaky topside.
Okay, you head back out the way you came in.
Yeah.
Yes, if please.
To avoid getting lost, I guess.
Yeah.
I'm gonna
Unless there's a manhole cover closer by.
keep checking my shadow.
Check it out and see.
Yeah.
Make an investigation check.
That's
That is the perfect amount. Yeah, that's right on the ridge.
That's from here. I can see that that's incredibly.
Yeah, okay.
That's two numbers at the same time.
just
is what you
making sure
have.
I'm not crazy. Okay, that's a 1, and I have disadvantage on my check, so that's a 1 on no matter what I do.
Stepping out, you follow the way that you continue the way that you would have gone if you hadn't gone through the door, and you walk for maybe 7 or 8 minutes, and it's just a straight sewage corridor. You don't see any exits or manhole covers or anything of that nature.
Can we please leave this
We
place?
gotta-
That would be
can we
everything in
find
the world to
anything?
me.
You can help and give her advantage.
Yeah.
Which is
So does that make it a straight roll?
Yeah.
It's either a straight roll. It would either have been.
Because I have disadvantage because I'm exhausted.
That's right. It would. Yeah. So it would either be. It would be a straight roll for you.
Okay. And am I doing survival now to try to get out, or am I just looking for another option?
This is investigation to
Okay.
try and find. Or perception, you could argue.
16 perception. Thank you, Alma.
On a 16, you're fairly certain that without delving deeper into the sewers, which becomes a little maze-like potentially, you could further explore and try and find another way out if you wanted.
We just go out the way we came.
Yeah. That's fine.
It was in an alley.
It was near.
Maybe those kids are out there too. I want to talk to them.
Okay, fine.
Even I don't punch the children.
I-
Unless they turn into some sort of like the one we got the head of.
Fair.
I'm gonna keep my pace kind of behind Silas and keep an eye on his shadow for him.
Yeah, make a perception check.
8.
8. Seems normal.
If it starts to act up.
Yeah, there's a few moments where like it seems like it might be lagging a little bit, but it's hard to tell if it's a trick of the light down here, or rather lack thereof.
Mm-hmm.
It's hard to tell.
Okay.
So, as you all retrace your steps and make your way back to the steel ladder that leads up to the sewer grate that you came down, the manhole, I should say. As you exit, who's first?
Probably Cholula,
Yeah.
and then I'm
Yeah.
probably right behind.
I'll put my
Okay.
torch out before we surface.
Yeah, Cholula, you push the manhole cover up,
and lift your head out, and you see standing surrounding this manhole on either side of the alley 6 guards on either side in City Watch livery. One of them steps forward, a hand on the sword at his hilt. All right, come on out then.
That's what we're doing, and I'm gonna keep coming out.
Yeah. You all come out?
Mm-hmm.
And he kind of steps to the side, another one steps forward and opens up a scroll and begins reading. You're all under arrest for disturbing the peace on a public street. We'd like for you to lay down your weapons and come with us, please.
Hi. Hi. Are we allowed to plead our case at all?
You can do so in front of a magister in court after we take you to the holding cell.
Ooh, I'm so sorry. That's really bad for us, actually. We're business owners here in town, and it's imperative that we get back soon. So maybe if you'd just let us explain what happened, it's a little more complicated than just disturbing the peace. See, the peace was already disturbed.
I understand, ma'am, but that's out of my jurisdiction. I do not have the clearance to make such a call. I'm merely a member of the City Watch. I've been given instruction to arrest those who made the disturbance. If you'd like to plead your case, you can do so.
Did you get the other one?
We got the others, yes. There was an older gentleman.
A doppelganger?
We've gathered that a small riot did break out in the street under the assumptions that there was a doppelganger present. We've made no such confirmation, but are looking into the matter. Now, would you please lay your weapons down so we can do this the easy way?
We can't be put under house arrest until our court case can be met?
Unfortunately
Really?
not. I've been given strict orders.
I'm covered in shit. You want me to sit in a holding cell?
Can I send my spirit whispers out to everybody real quick?
Yeah.
Just the party.
Silas, you can make a persuasion check with disadvantage.
What do we want to do? But it's ghosts.
Mm-hmm.
You're welcome.
It's ghosts.
That's 3. It was an 18 and a 3.
You see one of the guards kind of like standing in the line. There are 12 total here. One of them standing in the line is kind of like it might be a good point. And one like shoulder checks in. He's just like,
It doesn't even seem healthy, honestly.
I think we should just go. We have valid reason to not be arrested forever. I mean, I fixed the tooth. He should be fine. We just tell them what happened. We weren't even the most dangerous people.
They're
on the
just
street.
taking.
I should inform you that anything that you say out here in front of us can be used against
This
you in
is
a court.
our spirit whisper.
Okay. So you're all just standing awkwardly quietly while having this really long conversation.
Well, it
They're going to
happened
start
in the
collecting
middle-
your weapons.
It happened in the middle of when Silas was...
Right, where he said, I'm covered in shit, you
know
shouldn't
what?
take me. And
You know
then
what?
he was
Fine.
like, nah.
While they're like talking, I'm gonna like, you know what? Fine, and I will start removing all of my clothing.
Okay. One of the guards...
I'll be down to my skivvies, not like naked.
yeah, one of the guards from the back brings out a cloth and places it around you,
Oh my
collects
God.
your clothing.
I want those with me in the jail. I want you to carry them.
Right, but we'll be confiscating the weapons.
Oh, that's nice. Just have fun carrying your shit-covered clothes.
Guards come up to the rest of you. Weapons, please.
Yeah.
Can I ask like a gentle question?
course.
And Ollie sort of just like hands over the longbow and one of her maces. I dropped a mace actually like back in the street. Did you find it? It was just like in the middle of everything.
It was probably collected as evidence. We can check through it and get everything sorted out.
Okay, what do I do about the... And then Ollie sort of remembers
They're going to
that
put
she's
manacles
talking... Okay.
as you're talking. They start putting manacles on all of you
Oh, ew.
and taking you away. They lead you.
I get arrested every day, yo.
Not even in D&D, I've never been arrested.
Street cred.
And actually, as they're taking your weapons from you and searching all of you, they occasionally like pull out potion bottles and inspect them and give them back to you and like various things that you have. One of them actually takes the Stone of Galore out of your pocket, Cholula, and looks at it for a moment. and places it back, or rather hands it back to you, assuming it's of no consequence.
Yeah.
And
They're not taking the pouch, though, like with all the rest of my money in it, are they?
No, they're just confiscating your
Okay,
weapons.
cool.
Yeah.
Cool.
Essentially, your personal belongings you're able to keep, but anything that could be potentially used as a weapon is confiscated from
Yeah.
you.
I actually technically don't have any. I just checked my inventory, and I never took it.
Perfect. They just put you in manacles.
No more poetry books for you.
They lead you through the streets to the southern portion of the castle ward and into a courthouse. Leading you inside, you see it's a not 2 stories, but there is, as you step in, you see stairs that lead downwards. You're brought into kind of a check-in area where they do see, Alma, your card that says that you are a registered caster. And they check that and log it. And switch out your manacles for another set of manacles.
You're a naughty man.
And they don't do that for Ollie, though, because you're not registered. So they lead all of you down the stairs and into a holding cell.
How
Where?
dark is this area?
It's well lit, it's dimly lit. Mostly torchlight, but... and it is the evening, so they lead you into the cell, lock it up, and you guys have some time if you want to maybe take a short rest or a long rest as you are detained.
For now, I'll do a short rest. While I'm doing that, can I just attempt to, like, move something small with my telekinesis to see if that still works with these manacles? Because it has no components.
Yeah. You see one of the torches in a sconce on the wall kind of jiggles a bit. And you can just faintly see spectral hands shaking it.
Good to know.
Are we in our own sort of holding cell, or are there others in here?
You're the only ones in this one.
Okay, tight. I'm going to kind of like lay in the corner, but I'm going to sort of look at this stone.
Okay. So yeah. Can you also make a Constitution saving throw for me?
Yeah. Disadvantage, right?
No, it's a saving throw.
Okay. Well, it's still going to be a 5.
5. Okay. You don't gain another level of exhaustion, but you also don't cure your level of exhaustion in a short rest. You're going to need a night's sleep to get that shit over with.
Are we not going to be here that long?
That's actually what
I was just
about
gonna
to
look.
ask.
I was gonna look at the stone before I like pass out.
That's up to you guys.
If one of you guys is cool with keeping watch over my unconscious body, I want to go to sleep.
I can
Violent.
I'll stay up. I can't sleep in places like this. So.
Right. Yeah, the whispers are loud here.
Mm-hmm.
At least it's a guarded place for us to sleep.
Yeah.
All right. So,
I'm
Cholula,
asleep.
as you look at the stone and you take a moment to attune, a voice whisks into your mind.
Oh, did they take my whisk?
No, they didn't.
Okay.
Because it's not a weapon. It's flimsy. Doesn't look like it could do anything.
That wink.
But a voice creeps into your mind. No hands bestow me to the world. You seek my knowledge, yes.
Mm-hmm. I don't know if
On
all of them
brand.
are like listening to me.
This is like happening in your mind.
Okay, cool. So, but I'm probably respond out loud at first.
Okay. Yeah, you all hear Cholula go, mm-hmm.
We don't do anything. That's normal.
Yeah, that's normal.
To remove like a whole RP thing where Silas goes to therapy, I'm going to be asleep for whatever just happened. Mm-hmm.
And what knowledge is it that you seek, young lady?
I sense a strength in you.
Where is it Neverember?
Mhm.
Where is Neverember's stash underneath the city?
The Vault of Dragons. It resides beneath an old tower in the Sea Ward, formerly owned by a wizard, but recently purchased by a young noblewoman by the name of Esvel Rosnar. The vault requires 3 keys to be opened. Do you seek that knowledge as well?
Yes. Is there like a limit on the number of questions I can ask you?
I do grow tired, but I can answer these 3.
Alright, yeah, the keys.
A warhammer of silver. An animated construct, moving with life of its own. And a shape changer, not like you. No half measures.
Rude.
I grow weary.
Same.
Get your rest.
Put the stone back.
As well.
Pass out.
Deuces. Like, what is this informality with all-knowing stone?
That's just
So-
Cholula.
It's
Yeah.
all knowing, but also I'm tired.
You all lay down to find your rest, except for Alma.
Yeah, if anybody wakes up with enough time for me to get a rest, I'll take one, but otherwise I'll buckle down.
All right. Several hours pass. Alma, make a Constitution saving throw.
19?
19. You managed to avoid exhaustion.
Yeah, but I don't get a single fucking spell slot back.
Mm-hmm. As the rest of you get your long rests, you get all your hit points back, all your spell slots, all the key points, and all those goodies return to you in your slumber.
So I get rid of my exhaustion.
Yes. Yeah, you're back to normal. Alma, can I also have you make a perception check throughout the night?
18.
18. All right. After about 7.5 hours or so, you would
I'm
wager.
probably in a corner, just like kind of melty looking,
Yeah.
you know,
Yeah.
that all-nighter face.
Yeah, and you can see light beginning to pour in from upstairs, so you know that the sun is beginning to rise. Or just beginning to rise. You hear this faint sound in the distance. Just like a... and then a jingling. And then a familiar figure approaches the cell as you all awaken. Standing outside, you see Captain Justus Staggett, the captain of the watch in the dock ward,
The one who caught us.
who caught you in the warehouse when you were fighting those Kenku. Wake up, all of you.
What do you want?
Oh, good morning, Captain.
Yes, good morning. Looks like you've gotten yourselves in a bit of spot of trouble.
Mm-hmm.
Listen, I must warn you, you're lucky that I've arrived when I have. The Magister that is to try your case, I know him to be very corrupt. I would suggest that you flee the city before you're sentenced to death.
The city?
Yes, it's that or death on your part. If you have any messages you need delivered, anything of import that you would like taken, I can handle that for you.
Clothes.
A person?
Looks like there's a shitty pile over there if you need those.
I prestidigitate
Replaced
that
in the cell
away.
with you. Yeah, onto the wall. They're clean.
How would we
Put
get...
them on.
Are we gonna leave?
He holds up some keys.
I mean,
Can I check his steez? Like, what's he?
Make an insight
What's
check.
he doing? Is he
trying to
running
make it
himself,
worse?
or is he helping?
that's a nat 20.
Insight.
I love not being exhausted.
Right. Oh shit, that's a 23. 18 natural.
Oh, I didn't roll. I'm
Okay.
playing this as...
Well, I'm gonna whisper to the side of the table real quick.
Ooh. So anyway, what's your favorite Karbach beer?
I like Love Street.
I like the
I haven't had one in
farts.
like 2 weeks.
Oh, you should take one on the way out.
I started the implant process to fix tooth, so I can't. No
Oh,
carbonated beverages.
That's so sad. How are they doing it?
Metal part in jaw
Oh.
attach.
You
So
should-
it's like a 2-party system.
Let me know how it goes, because I want Hollywood teeth.
First part of the system is done. It's
I can
fine.
escort
already
you
have
out the
metal.
back.
Cool.
If you have any items of import or anything that you need
You
taken
know-
care of, safely removed, I can handle that for you.
Captain, I think that, you know, we haven't done anything, you know, largely wrong, and I think that we would possibly be able to plead our case, and it may look worse if we just break out of jail. I think we should stay, and
Yeah, corrupt or not, I don't think we did anything that bad. You know, not as bad as the first time we met. And where was that again?
yeah, where was that?
I did fix his mouth.
Right. When we met on the streets, and I had just taken a punch from that brigand, and she fixed my mouth.
Right, that's what it was. But I think it's best if we stay.
He kind of looks across all of you.
All right.
And it drops. And you see before you the visage of the doppelganger in his true form. This weird, like, translucent white skin. You can see veins running underneath it. There's no nose, no lips. It's just like a flat sliver of mouth. You know the description of, like, the Men in Black that was that dude where it's just like no lips but painted on, and he keeps like touching it with the back of his hands. It's like that
The
guy.
tulpa.
Yeah, yeah. Standing there.
All right. Clearly, I don't know when the fuck you met that asshole, but how does this sound? There's 2 dead guards out here. I've got the keys to your cell. I'm gonna open it, take his face again, tell him you fucking did it. Or you give me the stone right now. How does that sound?
Can I use my mage hand to grab the keys out of his hand?
Strength check.
Yep.
That's pretty good.
Huh.
No additions. It's a 16.
Fuck, it's a DC 14.
Tricky monkey. I'll just keep these in a safe place for now.
So what was your plan again? You have 2 dead guards. You're going to open the cell, disguise
and
yourself as one of them and say that we killed you.
I'm going to disguise myself as Captain Staggett and tell them that you got out of your cells, wrestled the keys away from them, and murdered them.
Oh, that's
And they're going to
really,
believe me because I'm a fucking captain of the watch.
That's really neat. That's a really neat story.
Give us the stone.
Unlock
How
it.
close is...
Unlock it.
Yeah.
He goes back into the form of Captain Hustus Staggett. Prisoners! They've escaped! Raise the alarms!
I'm gonna hold the cell closed.
Yeah, he unlocks it anyway.
Okay.
And then you watch as he stands there, and looking over, he grabs a helmet off of one of those guards, and watching you all with a straight face, he just starts bashing his own face until blood starts to pour, and he's going to try and force the door open.
Okay.
I'm gonna
Strength
use
check.
my mage hand to help Silas hold it shut.
That's a natural fucking 20, my dude. I'm going to take a picture of that and put it in our Discord, which you can find by going to the About section of our Twitch page and follow the link to join our Discord. It's a wonderful place where we post wonderful pictures and
my
have
mage
wonderful
hand is
conversations
helping,
with wonderful
so
people.
Maybe you have advantage?
What's happening?
My mage hand is helping him hold this door shut.
Yeah, that'll give you advantage.
I mean,
Oh, that was the smarmiest.
well, because it's a nat 20. What do you do? There's nothing. It would just
you
have
roll
to
a
be
natural
another...
20.
Yeah.
I didn't.
What is your total?
It was one of those was 22.
22. That's not going to do it, unfortunately.
And at the moment that I realize it's not going to happen, I'm just going to back up to the wall. Everyone back up against the wall.
Welcome. That's funny. Yeah. That picture is in there. This music is not appropriate. I'm sorry, everyone. So as he's standing there and bashing his own face in with a helmet, he takes a couple of steps back, runs forward. Welcome to the Discord, get fucked. That's hilarious.
Amazing.
He bashes his face a couple of times until he's bleeding from the nose, takes a couple of steps back, and running and jumps in like head first, slams his head into the cell. And you try and brace yourself, but the full weight of his body slams it open and like knocks you guys back against the wall. And he lands on the ground and quickly pushes himself over to block the doorway. You can hear clattering of footsteps
Do I
from
know
up
if
the
he
stairs.
would change back if he was dead?
Make a nature check.
Can I also can I see the guards from where we are right now?
Not currently, you just hear them.
Just a 9.
No, like the ones that are dead.
You're not sure? Maybe?
Anything's worth a shot, I suppose.
All right. As almost having this question of, will he change back if we kill him? And you hear the footsteps coming quickly from upstairs, rushing towards you. That's where we're going to end tonight's episode of Arcanarama.
That's not even like shocking or funny.
How are our adventurers going to get themselves out of this one? Tune in next week.
Now they're tired. They're tired adventurers.
Are the gods dead? Is the doppelganger going to get away with this?
Oh, that'll be the previously on voicemail.
Yeah. Find out this time on The Legend of Korra.
I was like, it's just the announcer from Legend of Korra.
Thank you guys so much for tuning in. This is your last chance to get into that giveaway. Enter the word devil in the chat. D-E-V-I-L. D-E-V-I-L.
If you want
Evil
a
with a D.
solo shot, I'm going to go check the host just in case.
Bye!
I'll be right back.
As I'm saying bye to Taylor, we're still here. We're all here having a lovely time with you. Thank you guys for joining us in chat, and thank you for staying with us the whole time. We appreciate it. If you haven't already, give us a follow on Twitch. Click the heart. It's faux free. It really helps us out. If you would like to, you can subscribe. It's very, very kind thing for you to do, but I understand if you don't have the monetary value. But if you do have Amazon Prime and you don't know already, you can link your Amazon Prime account with your Twitch account and subscribe to one channel of your choice for free on Twitch.
Also,
because that's how it works.
while we have you guys, come hang out with us tomorrow at 7 p.m. Central for our Convorama, where we talk about the last 2 sessions and our feelings.
Yeah, I can tell you guys a little bit more about that table I was rolling on, or that you guys were rolling on during that rooftop chase, which is very, very fun.
The most exhausting thing that's ever happened to me.
And you can ask us questions. We'll be
Yep, we take questions
in
from the chat.
answering
about
whatever you ask.
Something that I'm thinking about for this character that I might be changing.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah.
Oh,
for this
interesting.
Yeah. I'm thinking about it a lot more. It doesn't seem to fit. We'll see.
That could be fun. I'll allow it.
You know, just to do it. I've been teetering on it anyway, and after
could be cool.
that time and that space, I feel like this is whatever.
Yeah. So before
I'm
you
excited.
get out of your hair, we are going to. I'll take the song. I like the song. We're going to announce the winner of the giveaway for the Fantasy Forge dice.
They're
DM
really
set.
beautiful.
You can be my dice twin. These are mine,
Dice
and these could be yours.
Dice twin.
All right. Oh, and then I'll do a quick teaser because I forgot to next week, and I'll show you guys next week's dice giveaway.
Oh my god.
I'm so excited for someone to win these dice because Cameron signed them.
I signed all of them.
Yeah, technically.
With my initials, FF.
Cameron Holtz.
Whoa, is that 10 entries in the giveaway? Holy shit.
Yay.
That's crazy.
Hey guys.
Everyone wants
Welcome,
to be
everyone.
your dice
Y'all
twin.
crazy.
Did
That's
we
so
mention you
cool.
have to answer a quiz question about the show?
Oh,
in order to
we did mention, so everyone is applicable this week, but starting next week, our dice giveaways are going to be follower only. So you have to be a follower of the channel, which again, there's no paywall. You don't have to pay to follow. You just click the heart. You can even silence notifications if you don't want to know when we go live, but you shouldn't.
But
'cause
why would
it's
you
a
do
good
that?
time. But you're good this week, so no worries there. Let's go ahead and choose tonight's winner of the Fantasy Forge dice.
Who is it, Robbie?
Tonight's winner is Taco Giorno!
I love that restaurant.
Hell yeah! Congratulations, Taco Giorno.
You did it.
Those are the highest or the lowest odds yet of getting a thing in any of our giveaways we've ever done. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. Congratulations to Taco Giorno on your win.
It's not delivery. It's Taco Giorno.
It's Taco Giorno. Thank you guys again for tuning in. We will see you all tomorrow for Arcanarama.
Yeah.
And next Saturday at the same great time, same great place, twitch.tv/Arcanarama. For episode 9, there's going to be a bit of a shift in the look of things, which we're very excited about. So you'll
It's
have to
gonna be
join us then.
cool.
So
Just
we're actually
like
about to go
Cholula.
work.
Yeah,
on
we're
it.
going to go make it happen. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. We can't wait to see you all tomorrow and next week. But until then, stay safe out there, adventurers.
Oh my god, you guys were so on it.
I always catch it. Oh my god! Wow, you guys should date or something.
Okay.